Man, this is so easy.
Yeah.
This is light work, man. This is
Cancel
light
this
work.
one.
That's this versus like
Cancel that one.
going setting up an organization, Black Lives Matter, which is funded by them, set up by them. They sent agent provocateurs in there to start riots. They said, oh, it wasn't people protest, but you know how those guys are. They turn it into peaceful things into violence.
Yeah, can you put this in?
When it was them that provoked the whole thing. So that's why the Lord gave us our own setup to establish our righteousness, to establish freedom. Because we want to see this place destroyed, man. Man, I can't take my son to the park, and he looking at me like, yo, what is that? You know what I'm talking about? All that kind of crazy stuff. I don't want my kids to see that. So we stay in the house. The world, the earth is a beautiful place, right? But it's just consumed with darkness right now. We got to see the light. Whoever,
This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye in the park, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted and shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
All right, so if you conform yourself to the philosophies of this world, it's going to lead you to destruction. But this is not our rest. We don't need to rest here in this place. There's no resting here because this place is wicked. The scripture says there's no rest for the wicked. This place is wicked, so there can't be any rest. There can't be any peace in a wicked. It's going to be at variance with the wickedness, so he's going to be at variance with you if you're trying to rest in this place. That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, yeah. I got precept.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
All right, so you want your children to follow in your footsteps, so you choose that life. The life is Yahweh Shai. When we choose Yahweh Shai and we have that spirit of Yahweh Shai within us, we curse this place. We prophesy against this place. We want this place to come down and crumble so that we can have our rest. So we rest in these scriptures until our King comes back and sets order on the earth. So that's what we're waiting for, righteousness. We're waiting for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Hey, I was talking to somebody at my job, and he heard me kind of rooting on for Russia. And he was like, why you rooting on for Russia? I'm not rooting for Russia. I'm not, I'm rooting for the destruction of this kingdom and the bringing forth of the kingdom of Israel. That's what I'm for. And because everyone here is an instrument, no matter who is being used to destroy this place of wickedness, cool. Let's go.
Yeah, you were trying to get all us fired. No. But nah, that's the thing. Like, they don't even want you to speak your mind here. They want you to talk their language. They don't want you to speak this language right here. So anything that righteousness that comes out of your mouth, they're totally against it. But here's the thing. See what Russia doing with Ukraine? Everybody's upset with Russia, but nobody gets mad at America. But what do you think with Venezuela? They destroyed Venezuela, put who they wanted to have rule that place. They've been doing it throughout the whole globe, but the Lord prophesied for them to do it, and we prophesy for the same thing. For them to do it. So when the Lord shows up, Yahweh Shai shows up, he's gonna catch him not only with the hand of the cookie jar, he's gonna catch the cookie in his hand. You see what I'm saying? Red-handed. Eat him red-handed. He gonna catch him red-handed. Right in the act. He ain't gonna, like, just like a child. If you see them walking towards the cookie jar, you're like, don't go get no cookies. I wasn't finna go get them. You lying. You know you wait. The Lord's waiting. Waiting for Esau to give his last hurrah, right? Because he's going to persecute us seriously one more time of Jacob's trouble, and that's when salvation is going to come.
2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
So like unexpectedly, when a thief come in, he coming in quiet, right? And that's how the Lord coming back.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
If you know that perfectly, what do? You prepare yourself for when he's going to come. All right? He's going to enter into the house of the thief and take back his precious jewels, meaning the elect, giving us salvation. So if you know that, you ain't going to be waiting around, well, I could wait till tomorrow to do this. I could wait to know. You're going to try to do everything you can every single moment of the day to reach salvation until you're taken off this earth. That's the mindset you're going to be in. You're not going to be resting in this place. You're not going to be wanting to take a break. So how I'm talking to you, you're going to want to talk to the next person. How the elder was talking, how the whole campus is talking to you right now, you're going to want to talk to the next person. Like, man, I see these brothers, they've been doing this. You've never seen anything like this before. What you're seeing is the Spirit of the Lord. You're seeing righteousness. It's hard to see that on the earth that's filled with wickedness. You're seeing the light in the midst of darkness. You want to be part of that light. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Malachi 3 and 17. And they shall be mine. No, verse 16.
And they that fear Yahweh spake often one to another. And Yahweh hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before them, that feared the Most High, and that thought upon his name.
And that book of remembrance is these scriptures. And not only that, for it become into remembrance in your mind, you have to have the Holy Spirit.
Right.
All right. So now from with that, you give a testimony of what this Holy Spirit is saying. That's the testimony of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy. And that's what we're prophesying for the destruction of this place to come, like the Most High spoke of.
That's right. And they shall be mine, saith Yahweh of hosts. And in that day, when I shall make up my jewels, and I will spare them, as a man spareth his own son that serveth him.
Boom. He don't spare them, giving us salvation. All right? And we get that salvation through Yahweh Shai, man. You know how precious your jewels are, right? You keep them where you what? You keep them in a safe. You keep them in a vault. You keep them in a little place. And that we've been kept through the Spirit all the way to the end. That's why you're up here right now, man. The Lord's trying to keep you. I mean, the word keep in the Hebrew is shamar, meaning to guard, protect.
Right.
You know?
1 Corinthians 11:1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahushua.
Be followers of the elders in the truth. Like this is the one that brought me in the truth.
Right, we become the example. We
Right.
follow you, then
Right.
somebody gonna follow you. You know what I mean? So each one reach one, teach one. Man.
In order to become a great leader, you have to learn how to follow. Right? So now the person in front of you, you're following them. The person behind you is following you, and you're following that person, that lead person. So when you're a follower of Yahweh Shai, you become a leader also. Because you're leading people to Yahweh Shai, which is going to lead them back to the Father, which is going to lead them to peace and salvation.
Yeah,
You know, and you can become part of that, you know,
Yeah,
just by believing and doing the work. This is right now, you're doing the work right now by getting the earful and listening. That's part of the work.
right.
There's gonna become a time where you have to teach what you've been taught.
Yeah. And you got the YouTube pages on there. Don't lose that. Just leave comments on it, and you can start, you know what I'm saying, your own page. Huh?
I can get in contact with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're ready to join, not join, but do the work, you know, you hit us up and we'll help you set up. You know what I mean? We'll be out here. We're gonna be out here for as long as the Lord have us out here in this park. So every Saturday we'll be out here. So if you want to meet us out here, and maybe you know, after a while we'll see you sincere. You keep coming out here, and the fact, you know, we judging everything. The fact that you can stand here like we stand here and not get tired, that says a lot. You know what I'm saying? But now you have to bring that Bible out here. You gotta get your KJV, King James Version Bible. Bring that with you and bring a notepad. Take notes next time.
I got the Bible with the three
Three different versions. Man, you need that KJV. It's good to have the other versions though, in case you want to do some type of interpretation.
Wait, what did you say? The Bible with 3 different versions?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, 3 different. What do you mean 3 different?
Like, it had the double text, like they say in different.
Yeah. He got
Oh, the different translations. Oh, yeah.
Like the breads or something like that.
Yeah. You want to get the Holy Bible 1611 King James Version.
With the apocrypha.
With the Apocrypha.
He got Apocrypha separate.
Oh, yeah, he got one.
Yeah, or you can buy the Apocrypha separate.
Yeah, the Catholic Church took this out of the Bible. You know what I mean? The word Apocrypha is a Greek word, but it means hidden things. It's a Hebrew word. All right? So it means hidden things, man. That don't go in.
Yeah.
They tell you about Alexander being the devil, Alexander the Great. They tell you about him in there. All the prophecies happened, man. The Lord spoke all this before it happened. You know, He spoke about the Assyrian Empire. He spoke about Babylon. He spoke about Babylon being founded and then fallen and coming to take us in slavery in 586 BC. He spoke about the Persians and the Medes, Cyrus the Great. All this in the Bible, man. And he made all of it happen. Cyrus the Great. And then from the Persians and the Medes to the Greeks. And then from the Greeks to the Romans. From the Romans, you had the Byzantine Empire. That was our empire with Constantine the Great. He was a so-called Negro for 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, you have 1266 BC. You have the Ottoman Turks. That's when they took over the world after that. After the 12th century, they started taking over everything.
Yeah. Then you lead into the Renaissance period,
Renaissance.
whitewashing.
You know about that.
Of them. They say it's a rebirth of art, but art, man, it's a book called Art of Pre-Byzantine Time. Art's been going on and music has been going on way before that, but they wanted to establish under their authority. So that's why they call it the Renaissance period. The rebirth of them as a nation coming out of the Caucasus Mountains and coming from being cavemen to rulers on the earth. But the Lord set them up for that, man.
Because they use something called iconoclasm where they whitewash the images. And the scriptures speak on that. They paint the likeness of the...
You got it.
There's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So if it's not the so-called Caucasians that are the wicked that did that to our people, that dude right there, so-called what they call Jesus Christ. Yeah. If they didn't do that to our images, if they're not the rulers of this wicked kingdom, then who is?
If they ain't the devil, then who the devil is? Well, I'm like, who is the devil if they ain't them?
Right, because what does the word devil mean? The word devil means what? Deceiver. So who deceived our people? No? You ever want to know what the word devil means? You look it up. In Spanish, it's diablos.
Diablo.
It just means deceiver. So who lied to our people? Them.
Who lied to everybody? Them.
Right, man.
Them motherfuckers right there.
Right. Precept, go ahead, bro.
First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. As the brother, I think y'all were just speaking on about the iconoclasm, man, the whitewashing that Edomites did, man, the so-called white race, where they took down our icons and placed the bullshit up that they put up, man. Edomites. It's like Edomites. It's like.
You didn't say white, let's talk about crayon. Yeah, YouTube, man, they trying to shut us down, man. They shut down a couple of our pages already. You know what I mean? They shut it down on YouTube, man. You gotta watch what you talk about now, you know? That's a censoring of speech. They're taking it away. So the doors of grace are closing, you know? Them doors are closing, man. And the Lord said death gonna be chosen rather than life. As soon as you leave here, that's when the challenge happens. Somebody get Sirach chapter 2? You look just like Ice-T, man. Oh, yeah. You look just like Ice-T, that's crazy. What's his name? Charleston White.
Oh, yeah. That more like that.
Yeah, he's like Charleston White. What's that, bro?
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 1.
Right, it's to you, man. Check this out.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare your soul. How do you prepare your soul? Somebody get that, I think it's Matthew put on the whole armor of the Lord. Ephesians, that's what I said.
Hey, and that temptation, just like the way they come up to these athletes and rappers, hey, all you got to do is sign on this line. We'll give you $100 billion. They're trying to make you sell your soul for this world.
Yep. They call it the rat race. You know that. They call it the rat race, man. They got all, you go into the mall. I don't even take my children in the mall, man. You go in there and see all the expensive shit. You start feeling how poor your pockets really are. Don't have the wrong type of, woman with you, know what I mean? Have some children with all that. They like, I want this. You like, you can't get that. You're like, damn. That's why people sell out. You know? They like, I gotta eat. I gotta get this. I gotta please my children. They can't just have enough. They can't just have a regular home, a simple life, you know? And that's what we gotta be. We gotta be simple. We gotta, not simple, but a just man. Just a plain person, man. Just plain. You know, we don't need extra shit. You know, you might like jewelry, who knows, you know? But you don't need extra shit, you know what I mean? You got a nice car, all you really need is a vehicle. Not a certain car. You might like certain cars though, you know? So, yeah, keep going, bro. Okay.
Well, really quick, I just want to say the only thing we actually need to survive is food, water, shelter, the Most High. That's the only thing we need. Anything else like jewelry, car, like he was saying, everything else, that's just adding on to it.
That's nothing.
To make our flesh better.
And usually when you do that, it's to please others, to create an image to others that, oh, I'm this rich dude and you wearing all this jewelry, but you're going back in the hood with burglar bars on your doors, and you know what I'm saying? And where drug and prostitution is going on and things like that. Well, how rich are you?
Being an idol to the people, to go back to the hood and entice your people. You know what I'm saying? For them to want the urge to go and seek out and get the same shit.
Right, man. They clean the outside of the cup, but not the inside.
Job was a perfect man even when he had. Job was a rich man even when he had nothing. So understanding that, you're understanding what being a plain man is. So even if Job was rich because he had a lot of substance, but when all that substance was taken away, he still claved on to the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, but showed his true riches. So when we hold on to that spirit that's within, that shows who you are really. It don't take nothing on the outside, because the outside could be like viler than death.
Right. Yep. Yeah, look at Rick Ross, man. He got all them chains and jewelry, cleaner than the whistle. But you look at the chains he got around his neck. He got a bunch of, you know, the Jesus
Idols and stuff.
idols. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey,
He got a bunch of those around his neck, like 5 of them. You know what I'm saying?
the best example right now, look at Kanye West. That dude, billionaire. He's worldwide famous. His house is in shambles. His woman going with some lame dude. He got kids with her. He bought he bugged out, so he bought a house right across the street from her. Like he living. That's
That
all
show you that
after
money
Everybody
don't
else
do
has.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we're dealing with on this side that we're
And-
dealing with. Them
and
type
then-
of women.
and then look,
righteous women.
Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying?
Look at the type of woman he doing all this after.
That's why scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that times, not money. You know what I'm saying? Money's not going to have us stable in these times, man. You know, as we've been talking about the times that we're about to come into, hitting the climax of Jacob's trouble, the only thing that's going to keep us sound in that time is the knowledge and wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, these scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? Not of the world, you know. Hey, shit, it ain't going to matter what a Pythagorean theorem and shit like that. It's not going to matter, man. What's going to matter is the knowledge and wisdom of the Lord, man. You know? That's the only thing that's going to suffice in that time.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:26. It says here, I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. All right, not all women, just some women. All right, the wicked women. I gotta put that out there. But not all women, but I need you to hear this. Whose heart? Hey, Shalom, brother, Shalom. What's up, man? Whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. So they always setting up traps for us, you know, especially because of the system, child support, you know what I mean? All kind of shit, calling the police on you, getting in your face, you ain't shit, nigga. Then next thing you know, they calling the police, you know, all right? So those are all traps, you know. And her hands as bands, a wicked woman. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. So that let you know about Kanye West. He's just cooning, you know. He's samboing and cooing. So yeah, man. So a sinner gonna be taken by her. So he caught up in that shit. You know, he called himself a Babylonian god. You know, yo, you seen that? You seen the videos? The videos he come out with. You know what I'm saying? Like he had like the Babylonian shit, Babylonian pillars. You know. He just did a video recently, not to stay on Kanye West, huh? Jesus.
He just wrote a book of Jesus.
He got pagans, Marilyn Manson. You know what I'm talking about, right?
How you gonna make a gospel album about the Most High with a known Satanist?
There you go. Yeah. So you know, you judge a tree by its fruit, bro. And you came up here, we gave you straight truth. We like adamant to get you this truth. You know what I'm saying? We ain't asking for no money. We ain't asking for shit. We asking for you to turn to the Lord so we can get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? We need yeah.
Out here passing out daily bread, selling them, asking for donations, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
freely
from
receive, freely give.
That's from churches. Yeah, somebody get 2 Ezra 2. We ain't never get that.
Am I bring up this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? So don't worry about just the rest of this shit. All you have to do is worry about your connection to the Most High, and you're good.
Right, man. You can mention it to your lady, but briefly. You know, if she receive real quick, if she receive it, it's cool. But if not, you like, hey, like, you know, move on to something else. But all in your mind, you like, I got you. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get ready. I got you.
Really, the scriptures was written for our understanding for the things that happened before times. And there was a prophet who went into a land of drought, and the Most High had a raven bring him food.
Elijah.
He had a bird, a random animal. He was just sitting down. Bird brought him food.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Boom.
I was just going to add on to, and that's just faith, all right? Having faith that the Lord, that's divine intervention too, all right? When you hear divine intervention, that's the Lord moving chess pieces on his chessboard, you know, just like that chick just walked by you, Israel. You feel me? That's just for a token that this is the truth. You know? The Lord put in his spirit in his mouth to say that at that point in time, you know?
Never said anything before today.
He said it once. That was once. That was it. But he always walked past us.
Always walk past.
You know. But now he walked by you. He's like Israel. You know what I'm saying?
And I was going to add on to the elders' word on just, hey, you don't have to teach a woman, all right? Neither do she have to believe. Because the scripture also say, hey, the unbelieving wife shall be saved by the believing husband, and vice versa. The believing wife should save the unbelieving husband. All right, so don't beat yourself up. All right, and don't try to beat nobody else up over it. You know, just let the spirit flow. Just like that example of the Lord just showed you how you just put the words in the man in the mouth of a man. You know,
And learning how to teach, like I tell my son, all right, because his mom doesn't believe. And I said, well, the more you believe and the more you prove yourself to be a man of the Most High, she's gonna believe in you, and that's how you change people. When you become that example, and if a person really loves you, they're gonna love what you stand for, and then you continue to walk in that. If they don't love what you stand for, then they never loved you in the first place. But now you feel.
just an interjection of what the brother said. All right, they'll love you because of what you believe in, what you stand for, and they'll see the spirit of the Lord within you. All right, once they'll see the change in you, they can't gainsay or resist nothing you do, the way you moving, the way you talking now, the way you responding to them, verbally, and the way you respond to them by not speaking to them at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, hey, just like the movie Menace to Society. How he said when they were sitting at the table in the school, in the empty classroom, and he said, yeah, he a Muslim, I don't believe in what he believe in, but whatever floats his boat and what make him a better man, you know what I'm saying? That's what this thing do, the truth, all right? You know?
They'll see your spiritual wealth increase.
And that's what you really building up stocks right now in the Lord, like for real.
Yeah.
Like you take this what you're building, the money, what you're getting, which is wisdom, you take that and add on to it. Like continue to study and become that example. Like, you know what I'm saying? You look like pretty young, so imagine, I wish I had this at your age. I'm older, a little, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you how old I am for real. But I wish I had this at a youth like this. You know, but it wasn't my time. So the Lord's catching you early. Cause why? Because like the harvest, you know what I'm saying? The harvest is plenty, but the reapers are few. So the Lord is waking up individuals to come into the harvest. All right? So be happy that you're working up at this time and keep pushing forward.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. So no matter what anybody does upon the face of this earth, no matter what they throw at you, they can never take away the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that's within you. And even themselves, they think that they can, all their science technology, they said that you can talk to a dead relative, you can put your soul in some type of machine that they got set up, bro. That shit ain't nothing. That shit ain't nothing compared to the power and strength of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's
Esau
coming.
trying to reach immortality, basically what the Lord promised us, all right? Everlasting life in the kingdom. That's what Esau trying to do with his devices, all right?
And that's him trying to get his birthright back, but it's not going to be given back to him, man.
You wanna bring it up?
He can't move quick enough in that damn thing. He's leaving her.
Come on, Martha.
He's trying to get past this hot kitchen.
Yeah, boy, you don't want to hear none of this.
I saw a man named Abba Bivens teach this.
All right, somebody got a precept? Go ahead, brother, bring him up.
This is a precept just to back up the brother Zariah and what he was saying about laying up your treasures in heaven. This is Sirach, chapter 29, verse 11. Lay up thy treasure according to the commandments of the Most High, and it shall bring thee more profit than gold. So you lay up the commandments, meaning you study, to show yourself approved. You be obedient to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and you set your mind on the things that He's going to give you. He's going to give us new bodies. He's going to give us a heart of flesh. He's going to put the laws in our inner parts and make us righteous forever. So those are the treasures that you can keep your mind on, and doing this work is helping you store up those treasures in heaven. So like the brother was saying, where moth and rust and robbers can't come through and steal and corrupt and take your inheritance, because this is our inheritance. This is something. This is ours. This is a birthright that the Most High promised that to us.
This is worth standing up for.
It's worth being and then when you come to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, he requires you to be a man, to stand up. We're supposed to be erect. We're supposed to stand up like men, because that's how the Most High made a man, to be upright. And not all docile and simpish and all these other stuff that's going on right now. But you know what I'm saying? Lay up your treasures in heaven.
Yeah.
And how you do it is doing the work.
And the spirit of authority was taken away from us. It was beaten out of us during slavery. So now it's hard for a true man to stand erect like he's supposed to. They want us to be all hushed up over with our pants hanging down, showing our ass and stuff like that. That's how they want us to be. But that's not in us. That's not culture. They say our culture is hip hop culture. That's a type of music. That's not a culture. That's not a heritage. That's something we created, because we'll take the most nothing of things and create something delicate out of it, like the pig. Soul food. You get what I'm saying? The word Nigger, they put an A at the end. Now it's hip to say that. You get what I'm saying? We'll take the most rude, vilest things and try to make something positive out of it and say, oh no, that's ours. No, that's foolishness. We're kings and priests. We're gods according to these scriptures. All right? The Most High has declared us to be up here, but our people want to wallow down in the mud that's created by these pigs. You get what I'm saying? So now it's our time to stand in a righteous manner, upright. All right, go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 13. Consider the works of the Most High, for who can make that straight which he may have made crooked?
So we can't make them straight. The Lord made them crooked, you know. But they made us appear to be crooked, right? And it made us think that we can't be straightened at all. They'll have us in our mind feeling like the only way out is through their system. You feel what I'm saying?
Real quick too, just to add on, and also those so-called names that he was saying, NIGGA and all that, that's a crooked thing.
Yeah.
You can't make that straight as well, man.
No,
like
can't.
our people try to do.
Psalms 44:14. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people.
A proverb, like a mystery. Like, who are these people? So they took away these names and gave us these names right here. So now further is putting us in the dark, and we find and now 2/3 of our people love this darkness. They don't want to come out the darkness. So they still follow behind the ways of these people. They still remain a proverb and a mystery and a byword. You know what I'm saying? But now the ones, what does it say in Isaiah? One shall surname himself Israel, the other shall serve his name Jacob. So now we're calling ourselves by our righteous names given unto us by our Father, man. And we're being brought back in the remembrance of that through the spirit of his son, Yahweh Shai. So now we have a leg to stand on. Now we have a foundation to stand on, which was created by Yahweh Shai, man.
All right. John 3:19. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world.
And Yahweh Shai is that light. And they didn't, man, come on, man. You would think that our nation of people would love to see that light as soon as he came in the earth. But no, they wanted to stay in the darkness up under the authority of these individuals. And back in the time when he was walking on the earth, the Romans were ruling at that time. Yeah. All right?
And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
So they want to continue and wallow in the mud and continue in wickedness and sin. They don't want to reprove themselves. They don't want to walk in a righteous manner. They want to yield their members to instruments of unrighteousness instead of yielding their members to instruments of righteousness. Be able to give the testimony of Yahweh Shem Yahweh, because you have to be a certain individual to have that. To be able to have that reasonable service, creating your body as a living sacrifice. He doesn't want a wicked sacrifice, so if you're out here being wicked, your sacrifice is the sacrifice of fools. All right, but if you're out here trying to be righteous, abide by the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and staying in these books, and receiving the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh, you're giving a sacrifice of the righteous. You're giving your body as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to Yahweh Shem Yahweh. And that's what we look for to do. That's what we look for other men that have that same passion towards the Lord and want to increase in knowledge. Not having that, you can have the passion towards the Lord and still not have the knowledge, and you be out here being wicked. But we want them to do it in a righteous sense, have the passion towards the Lord according to his way, under his foundation.
Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh.
And you ain't been saying much. You've been taking everything in, and that's how we know the Lord's dealing with you. You got to understand and know that, and subscribe to that yourself too. So if you know and understand that the Lord's dealing with you, this conversation is not going to stop right here. It's going to continue to go even further when you get home and you turn on YouTube, and you sit down at your leisure. At your leisure, this is a pleasurable thing to understand, to get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord, not knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this earth. Because we're going. That's our adversary. We're going against the wisdom of this world. You know.
Hey, really quick, going back to the way you stop, he went out talking about a lot of brothers that walk up here and that have an ear to listen, they'll get pulled away by their woman. You was one. You said, "Whoa." You just completely like straight like no bad way, but you completely left her for this.
Yeah.
And that's what it's that straightness you had about it. You was just like, "Whoa, what's up?" And you just start drinking.
He got that spirit of Nathaniel.
Not
wicked Nathaniel.
Israelite indeed. And one thing I will say this, and when I said something, I said for you to hold on to that, and she said behind you, I got it right here. She was talking about that paper, so she's supporting. She's supporting the walks that you know what I'm saying, that journey that you're starting today. She's supporting them. You know what I'm saying? So you have to give her more things to support. So you don't want to, because the woman will be the first to tell you, well, what happened to that stuff you were talking about and believing in? They'll throw it in your face real quick. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stay on your A game and stay on your P's and Q's so you can be, because the scripture say here, I shall make a man more precious than fine gold. You're being purified at this moment. You know what I'm saying? So take that purification and shine like the light.
Hey, what he just said, give her more to support. That's the place of a woman, is to support a man. So you have to give her work to do.
Spiritual work.
Spiritual work.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, be careful.
Yeah, don't make out and cut the yard and shit. You know,
She ain't even gonna know it's work.
She ain't gonna need.
She gonna want to do it.
Yeah. Once she, or she might not. Who knows?
Well, she's gonna help you serve the Lord. You know, it might be like, hey, babe, I'm on my way home. Can you get my Bible ready for me? You know, I'm just taking you serious on your path like that. You know, going to the house, cook me some food. You know, we in America. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some balance to the shit. You might have it like that though. You know what I'm saying? Certain times. You know. Now, it says this, Luke 9:62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow. See, once you hear this word and you prepare your soul for temptation, then you put your hand to the plow for the work, you can't turn back. No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. You see that? So once you put your hand to this plow, you can't stop, bro. I watched a lot of people turn away. You know what I mean? A lot. And they regret it now. You know, I watched a lot of women turn away. You know, and they regret it now. You know what I'm saying? I watched a lot of people turn away, and instantly they dead right there. You know what I'm saying? I come back to talk to them, they dead. You know, people crying and their flowers on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck happened? They're like, yeah, he just got shot. I'm like, yeah, I was just about to come teach him. You get what I'm saying? I just was in the house. You know, so yeah, this stuff real, man. Go ahead, you got precept? You finishing something?
I got precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
Earlier, when I was talking about Esau, he said, hey, he don't know who the enemy is yet. So I'm
Yeah, now we kind of go into it. Yeah.
This is Genesis chapter 25. I'm starting at verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. The children struggled together within her womb, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Those two children that were struggling together in the womb of Rebekah was Jacob and Esau. We're Jacob, they're Esau.
Get to the milk.
You saying that the world's the womb?
The world's a womb. Now we're struggling in the womb, we're struggling in the world today. You know, light against darkness. Esau brings the darkness, Jacob brings the light.
Hey, bro, if you're not here when I get back, it's a blessing meeting you, man. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, right? Pray that you, get on it, man. Hit us up. Somebody get information to you, maybe?
Yeah.
He had that.
I'll probably do it.
I just gotta run to the bathroom quick, but you might still be here, but either way.
Hey, another way to look at the world being a womb is if you plant a seed in the world, like an apple seed, it'll be an apple tree. No matter where you put it in the world. In China, there's gonna be an apple tree. Over here, it's gonna be an apple tree. So just like the woman, all right, being a womb,
All right, and we plant the seed in the woman.
Right, being the sperma, you what your father is. So that's why the elder had asked you earlier what your father is. You said a so-called Negro. So that's what you are according to the scriptures. There's no half this or half that, like how Esau do it with his whole ideology.
This is verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So he already is saying that one people shall be stronger than other people. We see who that is. And the elder. Come on. No. Oh, I'll get to that.
Well, they said 2 nations of people are in thy womb. So 2 nations, 2 manner of people shall be separated from the womb. All right, so you can see the separation between them.
Right.
All right, and there's never going to be any coming together between Jacob and Esau. Never. It was never. The only time they were together was in the womb. That's it. That's it. And once they came, and they weren't together then because they were struggling in the womb. They were fighting in the womb. It was like a UFC fight going on in her belly. All right, so that's what was going on. It's still going on here today.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
All right, now check this out. Check this out. What color is his skin right there? It's red. There we go. That's all. That's all. Continue.
Verse 26.
So now you know who Esau is, right? Edom, Esau.
And he was the firstborn.
He was the firstborn.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Can somebody get Esau's the word Jacob is beginning of the verse 27.
We're gonna read out the part over to me. What's it? Don't go. I know. So you gotta go get to the point where his hand held the heel.
Yeah, okay. Verse 26. And after that, and after Esau was born, after that his brother came out, and his hand took hold Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And I was just giving his age. And here's the description of Jacob and Esau. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And you can see the separation of our people. What do our people like to do? We like to chill. We like to be at the house, chilling, either grilling, cooking, being amongst our people, having a good time, just chilling. What Esau like to do? Being out there hunting deer, hunting lions, or whatever the fuck they be doing. Huh?
They like to destroy.
They like to destroy. That's a perfect way to put it.
And going into the next precept that's about to go out, when Esau came out, he came out first, right? And earlier it said the elder shall serve the younger, right? But when he came out, Jacob's hand grabbed hold of Esau. That's where he got his name from. And showing the transition in power. They're in the power seat right now. So go ahead.
And this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, right, because Abraham, the promise and the covenant with Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, is with Abraham.
Right.
So he told Abraham he's going to make his nation a peculiar people. All right, so it went from Abraham to Isaac, and Isaac begot Jacob. So that's that lineage of the tree. The 2nd Ezra 6 and 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So now going back in Genesis when it says when Esau came out and Jacob's hand, he said, and his hand held the heel of Esau, and he was named Jacob. Jacob means the supplanter. That's how he got his name. It means the supplant, right? So now you're seeing the transition of power. He came out, right? So I come out first. I got the birthright. I got everything. Jacob's hand came out. Well, hold on. Nah. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
All right. So that just going into them being ruling over us because of us transgressing the laws of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. So now even though Esau, keep reading that.
It's back in 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 10. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand, Right. That's the point that the brother making. The hand of the hill is betwixt the man and the hand of man is betwixt the hill and the hand.
All right, so now
Jacob's hand.
Yeah, so now you're seeing the transition. So as they're being pulled down, we're going to be lifted up. It's not going to be the point where they just fall and then we lift them up. As they're coming down, we're being risen up.
Hey, cause
And the spirit of the Lord is what's doing it. That's that
Right.
hand that's in betwixt.
Right.
using think about it in the physical way. A woman has to push a lot to pull out to push out a baby. So when she pushed out Esau, she didn't have to push for Jacob. As soon as Esau came out, he just used the force off of that and just glide on right on up.
That's the way they think of it.
Right. So that's the ease. And that's the transition that we're prophesying. That's the transition.
That transition is transition in power. They're in the ruler seat, and Jacob's name means to be supplanter. To supplant somebody means you take their place of authority. So now we're taking their place of authority. They bullshit ass doctrine and churches and stuff. They don't have rule over us anymore, because now we have the spirit of truth that's being revived within us. So now you're seeing the transition of them being pulled down, right, through the spirit. Somebody get 2 Thessalonians chapter 2.
And early on in this chapter, the Lord said to them, "The elder shall serve the younger." So keep that in mind. This is verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he saw he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom, and Edom means red pottage. And like I said, they are red people. Verse 31, and Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do unto me?" That shows his lack of faith. What am I supposed to do with something? I'm finna die. Man, come on. So, birthright do unto me. Verse 32, and Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me?" And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day." And he swore to him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drank and rose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So Esau didn't even want his birthright. He didn't care enough about it. But this happened for what? This happened because it was prophesied.
Precept. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, and verse 16.
20.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So he profane and he's a fornicator. You know, so he just profane meaning outside of the temple. All right, so he's predestined in doctrine that there's no way for him to get in. There's no place for him in the kingdom.
And it wouldn't even matter if he sold his birthright or not, because the blessing was going to be set up through Jacob anyway. That's why the angel came and told Rebekah that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The elder shall serve the younger. All right, and we did have them in subjection under King David at one point in time, but they rebelled against that, and they set up themselves their own king, right? And so later on down the line, we have this what we see here today, and you're seeing the hand of the hand of Jacob holding the heel of Esau, and the transitioning of authority happening, because Esau's being supplanted again as we speak.
John 14 and 30. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh and have nothing in me.
So he was talking about Titus and Vespasian. So he was talking about Titus and Vespasian, us falling in 70 AD. That's what he was talking about. The prince of this world cometh and have nothing in him, meaning he had no truth. No truth at all, nothing but lies. And going into Revelation chapter 20, it speaks about how they were set out, let out of their caves, let out of the bottomless pit to go and deceive the nations, to bring forth what we're seeing being established right now, to bring forth the end-all, tell-all, World War III, the denuclearization of the world that the Most High is bringing forth.
God, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except that come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition,
Right? That son of position is talking about Esau. Meaning, what did you just say? Well, all they do is what? Destroy. That Perdisa means destruction, the instrument for destruction. That's all they do is destroy stuff. And Jacob was sent to heal, Esau was sent to destroy. Go ahead.
All right, verse 4. Who opposes
And that's that falling away was just talking about what the elder just read. He said, henceforth I might not talk with you much more, because the prince of this world cometh, and he have nothing in me. He was talking about this particular event right here, 70 AD. And this is where we're witnessing who our enemy is and who the devil is that deceived everybody on the earth. All right?
who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh.
All right, you can say, read it verbatim.
Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God.
Boom, who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God. All right? All that is called God and exalted himself. That's not the true image of the Messiah, according to the scriptures. But he painted that, Michelangelo painted Cesare Borgia, all right, son of the sixth Pope of Rome, and they deemed him to be the image of the Messiah. And it all comes a part of iconoclasm, the Renaissance period, the rebirth of them as a nation.
And the proof of that in the relics, all right, lined up to the history on Showtime and on Netflix, they had a series called The Borgia Family, all right, which they're labeled the first crime family.
Where crime go back to crimson red.
I was just about to say it.
So the son of those individuals, they painted as the Messiah. That was the actual person in the early 1500s, 1400s, early 1600s.
Hey man, go ahead.
No, so when people get on their knees and they pray for whatever they pray for, and they're praying to this image in their mind, they're praying to a dead man.
Hold that image up to the work.
Oh, come on.
Know what we're talking about.
They're praying to a dead man.
Right.
Giving the energy to them.
Come on. They're giving their energy unto this dude.
Speaking out.
They give their energy unto this man who had sex with his own sister, killed his father.
Yeah, he killed his own brother. Rodrigo Borgia.
Come on.
And he was a beast. That was a beast. That was a beast right there. The Lord didn't look like that. He was a dark-skinned man with white and woolly hair.
You got that?
From the tribe of Judah.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Right.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 1, starting at verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if it burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
So that's go ahead. That's the description of the person that came down onto this earth to bring forth this king, to bring not this kingdom, but to bring forth the kingdom that is about to come after the destruction of this one. It's not that one. It's not this man right here. It's a completely different image that they lied to us. They covered it up.
Hey, if this individual show up talking about giving me salvation, I'm gonna ask if he got backup, because he don't look like he can save nobody. For real. He don't look like he can save nobody. He just look like he could do the same thing that they've been doing for years, destroying the people, man. That's all they do is destroy. Now, with that being said, they destroyed the minds of our people. Going back to what the elder says, we're here to break down strongholds, and this is the biggest stronghold on our people. Our people thinking that's who's coming to save them. You know what I'm saying? See the skullduggery that this system has done to our people,
The Jedi mind trick.
that their oppressor is going to be the one that gives them salvation. Come.
John 8:44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
The lust of your father ye will do. So they do the works, they do the bidding of the devil, man. So now, look at the devil's minions right here. Putting forth this Christianity rhetoric and have our people, all it is this plantation Christianity that they're falling behind, that they were taught on the plantation. And we're trying to liberate our people and give them the truth. These are false prophets.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
They are the forfeitures of lies. They create all the lies that they lie to everybody. So now if we speak anything concerning our true heritage, they look at us as we're the bad guy. We're not the ones that lied in the beginning. We're just coming here telling the truth. So now when we tell them that the Messiah looks like a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, first thing they want to say is color doesn't matter. It matters for truth's sake. But
And
Right.
if somebody's still in their car and they giving the description of the person that's still in that car, color matter.
Yeah, color matter then.
God.
And it also shows you that the color of the Lord really does matter, because if it didn't, they wouldn't have went so far to change the image of him.
Yeah, y'all free to listen. You good? Yeah, you good.
No, it's a great little point. Yeah, I was actually going to make a point. Or bring up a point. Are we sharing? It feels like we're sharing.
I have friends to this
It
day
feels like
that,
we're sharing. And I was, yeah,
when I bring up the thought of like Jesus being African American, they're like pissed for some reason. And like it's a theory. Like just like it's a theory that he's white. Like you can't. But it's the truth that he's African American. Yeah. But
I
when
kind of
bring
want
it
to
up-
say that all around the world, every native person who's indigenous to their surrounding and their land that they're from, say for example, Aboriginal man, like when I lived in Australia, I'm sorry, hi. Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say the first inhabitants of the land actually were of the land and the earth and of the soil, and they were the closest to the creation of the earth. And those are all indigenous people of an area. And the indigenous people of most areas are always dark skinned. So I think that that's really important to look at. So you have to say that black men came first when you look at it from that. And those that came into, those who came in second were just lighter for different reasons to do with living on the earth for longer. Therefore, there were some pigmentation
like-
came out of skin, cellular stuff,
almost like
biologically cellular
we
stuff,
like lost our
and that's called evolution. And so it's
come
normal.
over here.
Yeah, please. These are my nieces.
Okay.
Yeah, like I feel like melanin was originally like a really like pure thing, and we kind of just lost it over time.
Yeah,
If
that's
that makes
exactly
sense.
what I'm saying. And that is through just being under the
Yeah.
sun for a long period.
White people, yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, we may have actually evolved as a result of being under the sun and on the earth for longer than first creation. My nations of the world.
There's something called Edomites. And Edomites, they're known as red people. That's why you turn red. You're not y'all. I don't know what y'all. But so-called Caucasians, they're not white. They're red. Pink, red, different things like that. And the word Edom means Adawam, which means red. Right? So that's when the color was lost. Was when Jacob and Esau was born. All right? Jacob was born regular. And Esau was born with no pigmentation. He had no color. So that's when your color was lost. That was the land to the cave and all that.
That's Genesis 25 and 25.
That's right, Genesis 25 and 25. So now, what's going to happen is this. The Lord is about to return, and every eye going to see him, but he's going to be a so-called black man. I say so-called because we're not black, we're brown. So now, when he returns, he's going to raise us up. And all the nations are going into slavery under us now. And their women are going to be our women. You know what I mean? And they're going to meet the Mutombo. You ever heard of Mutombo? They're going to get the Mutombo.
No.
No. They're gonna get vasectomy. You heard of that? you gotta look up Michael Blackson. You gotta look up Michael Blackson.
With the B, right?
Yeah, you gotta look up Michael Blackson. He's a comedian. But go ahead, brother. But yeah, so that's what's about to happen, literally. You know what I mean?
So, we have some.
Yeah. But you can build on their points. You know?
Yeah,
Why not?
kind.
It's good talking points.
Yeah, kind.
Well, ma'am, you just said that you don't believe in the Bible.
That's fair too. You know, that's one I have to leave.
Yeah.
I don't believe that the stories are going to be genuine and accurate.
What about the
I
prophecies?
believe that people were inspired to write the
What about the prophecies?
The inspiration.
Huh?
What about them?
I'm saying, what do you think about the prophecies of the Bible?
That they exist, that they existed, or that they are of still in existence.
Right. So, yeah. So what you're saying is right. So that means that what he just said, that the collapse of this kingdom will bring forth the kingdom of Israel and the slavery of all the other nations upon the face of the earth. So, yeah.
Well, I think man is made of judgment,
Those are good.
and that's unfortunate. But prophets,
Yeah, that's why they call it a man's world. You see
got
who's starting the
priests
wars? Look at them. Look at them. They think they probably got to protect us.
Hey, so a point that you made that the scriptures were inspired, all right, and that is true. But where did the inspiration come from?
It's the book of
well,
Second.
I think very similar today. People write. They are inspired by everything around
Well,
them.
that was a rhetorical question. I was going to give you the answer real quick.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
All right, so everybody's looking for some sort of instruction while they're here on earth. All right, so every nation has their own form of instruction of way of living to get prosperity and things like that. But certain individuals, the children of Israel, were inspired by the Most High to write these writings down and for it to follow them from generation to generation to generation.
Back at 2 Timothy 3 and 16, all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
All right, so now we're looking for instruction, some sort of instruction. Somebody bring another piece of up. Bring it out.
This is the book of Job, chapter 27.
Oh, I ain't hear you.
No, you good.
In verse 14, if his children be multiplied, Salaki, this is verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
Right.
Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
Right.
Okay. So ultimately, all right, when it comes to the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, all right, the so-called Caucasian race, they're a heritage of oppressors, man. And ultimately, if they have children, all right, even though the scriptures say these children shall seek to please the poor, all right, their children is accounted for the slaughter, man, for the judgment of the oncoming day of our Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, as they're going into slavery pertaining to various scriptures, mainly Revelations 13, verse 9 and 10, all right?
Really quick, because a person might not believe in these instructions, but the will and the power of the instructor will come to pass.
And his women shall not weep, meaning Esau woman is not gonna give a care about his state because she know the demon that he is, because she lay in bed with him every night. She know how carnal, all right, how the spirit is not upright in him, man. She knows who the true king and prince of the earth, Salakias, who the true princes of the earth is, being the men of Israel, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American men, and also the speckled bird, those men that may look like the other nations, but bear the same spirit as such, that we are the true gods of the earth.
And who was the house I sent to? Was it Pilate? He was sent to Pontius Pilate. All right, so now even his wife stood up to him like, hey, you don't want the blood of this man that has done nothing. Oh, that's what his woman told him. She gave him advice not to, but it was prophesied for Yahushua to be crucified. But even his woman was like, hey, you don't want this man's blood on your hands. But our people wanted his blood, and they said, kill him and put our blood upon our children. So now the children, those children become the 2/3 today, and they're also going to get judgment. They're going to be born into the kingdom, all right, but they're going to reap the same judgment that Esau is going to reap for all the destruction and the wickedness that he's put forth on the earth. So like, even though we're not showing favoritism because the Lord shows no respect of person. So 2/3 of our people are going to get judged because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're the Israelites of the Holy Bible, the Most High's chosen people. You need to turn away from your wickedness because this place is about to be destroyed, and you'll be destroyed right along with it. You know, so because 2/3 of our people have the same haughty looks as Esau. Like they look at us with it like we the low lives for giving out the testimony of the Most High.
But we're not doing this for ourselves. We're not doing this to exalt ourselves. We're doing this to exalt the Most High.
God.
We do this to exalt Him because He exists.
God.
He exists, Yahweh, and His Son, the deliverer, He delivers Yahweh. That's what that means. He's going to deliver us out of this place.
God.
Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar.
Like that one Edomite that walked by earlier and said that's a disgrace for him to see that picture of them going into slavery. But he said nothing about the picture next to it of us going into slavery. And that actually happened. But he doesn't believe that this is going to happen. So just because he doesn't believe, does that not make him his destiny? No, because the Most High spoke of it, and he said they're going into slavery for 1,000 years, and the women are not going to care. Look at her face. Look at her face. That ain't a distressful face right there. She kind of like looking like she like it, but she just.
I just don't have the chain.
Yeah.
What you about to say?
Nah, we was just joking. I was messing with her. Yeah, it wouldn't be the chain. Y'all wouldn't, you'd be taken care of.
Well,
What's
the
that?
word woman does mean servant.
It's not a slave, but a servant. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But
servant.
but it's different. Sluck it.
Nah, just like you got cattle out in the field to help with the field.
Yeah.
The same way you need something to help with the house.
Right.
So you need a woman. That's what helps with the house.
Done.
All right.
And there's no dishonor in that. The same way men are put in place to be head of the household, women are in place to be to take care of the household as well. That's a beautiful honor and glory in that, and you shouldn't be ashamed of that. You shouldn't be ashamed of holding up a man of honor. You should be ashamed of raising that man of honor's children to put forth more honor and glory into this world.
Right.
Not being a gypsy like that, whatever that is over there. What is that?
I don't know, man.
But precepts.
Precepts.
You got up?
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven unto Yahweh, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her double.
So that's what they're gonna get. Double the slavery, and after that they're gonna get utter destruction. Right?
To my America.
America. Con.
That's America right there.
Yeah,
So women like that in the kingdom, they'll probably be either our concubines or our bed wenches or something like that.
And they're gonna love you.
And they're gonna like it.
Yeah.
That's all they can be.
Right.
That's the peak. That's the peak of a heathen woman.
Right.
I got a precept. This is the book of Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
So like how the elder was saying earlier, after 1,000 years of their slavery, they're gonna be cut off from the face of the world, so that way they won't ever do this shit again. That's it.
And all this shit comes from them being on the earth.
Right.
They got to be off the earth, and that's the Lord being merciful to them. Because in the righteous setting, if they wicked, they ain't gonna want to be here. They're not gonna want to be here anyway. So that's their form. That's the Lord showing some form of mercy to them.
Hey, just that dude that walked past was like, no, that's his nightmare. His nightmare is being ruled in a kingdom ruled by us. That's his nightmare. He's literally gonna be living his nightmare, all of it.
And
Good. Now Esau gonna be put to death in the field.
Right.
And his woman gonna be put to death in the bed.
Hey, think about it. That's what we went through in their slavery. Our women were their bed wenches, were their concubines. All right, they were they had to have children by that devil. Our men, we had to be either in the fields or in their house doing what the fuck ever they wanted us to do. Same unto them.
Real quick, go ahead.
No, like the elder just said, it's funny. It's a slavery movie. I forgot the name, but the slave master, he takes the Jake wife, he takes her into the shed and he rapes her. And when he come back out and the Jake confronts him, he shoot him dead in the field. You know, so That's a real thing that happened, man. That's gonna be
That was the new version of Roots. That this
gone.
shit, yeah.
So that's something that gotta be repaid.
And I remember it was either last week or the week before. The two scariest things that can plague your mind is going into slavery and death. We've already lived that. We died as a nation and we're being brought back. We've already and we've already been in captivity and we're being brought back out of our captivity. Now it's their turn. So that's why it's a big fear to them, to be enslaved or to die. So now it's their turn. Somebody get 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 7. Start at 6, I think. So now it's their time. But it's all done by Yahweh by Shem Yahushua according to his will. 1 Samuel 2 and 6.
It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, starting at verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
All right, so the Lord killeth and maketh alive. So Yahweh by Shem Yahushua is the whole reason for us going through this. We transgressed his laws, statutes, and commandments. He put us in slavery, and we died as a nation. But now we're being revived back. Go ahead.
He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
All right, so now he said, I shall open up your graves. Those are Ezekiel 37. I shall open up your graves and cause us, we're at rest right now. We're resting in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich.
Boom. So now he lifted them up through this system, right? With that, right? But you're going to see all that crumble and fall. Because now it's their time to be in the poor state. What is it saying in Revelation? I know that tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. We're rich because why? We have the blessing. We have the wisdom, knowledge, and wisdom understanding of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. They have nothing but confusion. So what do? They spread forth that confusion. Well, if both of us confused and I'm the one that confused you, I look like the smart one. Because you don't know where the confusion came from. And that's what they're doing, putting darkness all over the world, man. Got everybody in a state of confusion. Now everybody running around in this darkness. And they walk around with seeing in the dark because they're used to being in the dark. All right, go ahead.
He bringeth low and lifteth up.
All right, so he bringeth low and lifteth up. So we're being lifted up right now. Going back to the hill, grabbing the hand of the hill. They're being brought down and we're being lifted up by the Spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Yeah, keep going. There's some more on that.
Verse 8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill.
So you ever heard the story about the rich man and Lazarus in the Bible? Lazarus means Jacob. So now we're the poor man that was in the dust that's being lifted up. The Lord's lifting us up. Look now, and it said it flipped in the story of Lazarus when the rich man was in hell, and Lazarus was in Abraham's bosom. So now Abraham's bosom represents salvation. Represents salvation. So now we're at that point of salvation being lifted up and put into Abraham's bosom. It's the promise. Go ahead.
To set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory.
Set them on pillars. The pillars, it say princes or pillars or pillars?
Set them among princes.
Oh, okay.
And to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them.
All right, so now he set the nation of Israel, the elect of Israel, the first fruit upon those pillars, man. And how do we,
Do you know what the word inheritance means?
Like, it's a birthright, dude.
A birthright. Bro, our people don't know what that is. You'll hear a lot of these people like this. Oh yeah, my dad, when he goes, he's leaving me an inheritance of like a few $1 billion, I'm gonna make my own company, bro. We have an inheritance as well, but it's not money. We literally have the universe as an inheritance, and these people are our slaves. Shit. Not yet. Righteousness.
That's our first thing.
Come on, righteousness.
Yep. He said, don't just be joyful that the spirits are going to be made subject unto us. Mm-hmm. Not just their physical, but their spirit going to be under us. He said, don't just be worried about that, but be thankful that your name is written in heaven.
To be saved out of this place, to see this,
we want
see it.
Yeah, we want our name written in the book of life.
Come on.
Being kissed by the sun.
Yeah.
Can you imagine not ever having to sin again? Not ever sinning ever again, always be righteous forever. Meaning the Most High is never going to turn his back on us again. We're never going to be in that dormant, dead state of mind ever again. We're never going to be confused again. When the scripture said the sun shall never go down anymore, that means we'll never be in darkness again. I mean, the sun is going to physically do its order like it's supposed to do, right? But it'll never go down upon us, meaning we're always going to be righteous from here on out.
The earth will be renewed. You'll be able to drink from the rivers. You'll be able to eat whatever fruit goes out there. There's going to be... Yeah, go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 37. Oh, receive the gift that is given you. This is a gift.
That's what I was going to say. Salaki.
Wow. Okay, good.
That they don't be. It's not excited that spirits are over you, but that you kissed by the Son. That the Lord dealing with you on this level, because everybody else can't even understand the truth for once, and for two, the Lord supping with you. You know that you ran into the truth. You stop here and you get in the truth. Everybody ain't dealing on the truth. Everybody don't got the wisdom, knowledge, understanding what the Lord coming to do.
Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that called you to the heavenly kingdom. Arise up. And
that's a beautiful calling, man.
Yeah.
Give thanks on the one that called you. Meaning that if he called you, that means his spirit is dealing with you, and that spirit that's within him is within you. That's what you be glad about, because a lot of people talking about, yeah, we're gonna have him in slavery. What about we ain't gonna be wicked no more? We ain't gonna piss the Most High off anymore. What about that? What about he's gonna have the laws in our inward parts, forever being righteous? That's what it's really about, and being able to spread righteousness throughout the whole earth, man. Getting rid of the wickedness.
And like you was talking about before about reincarnation. So if the spirit of the Most High was with us in a foretime, then going back even farther, since the beginning of the creation of everything, we were with him. And he was with us.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations.
Before we stepped on the scene, the Most High already had our story written out, had our character built up. Slacky, go ahead.
I gotta be predestined.
Predestined.
So going back to where we were talking about Jacob and Esau, Esau was predestined to be wicked, and Jacob was predestined to be righteous.
That's right. Then said I, matter of fact, I'm gonna skip verse 7. But Yahweh said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak.
So he said, so put my words in thy mouth. All right. So now he's going to give us a mouth that our enemies cannot gainsay nor resist. So he's going to give us everything that we need to say. All you got to do is study and give him something to plug out your mind.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Arise up and stand. 2 Ezra 2:38. Arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord.
He's talking about the elect. All right, rise up and stand. All right, and that's what we're doing. And great boldness in the face of our oppressors, man. We're rising up as a nation of people, and it's starting with the first fruits. The first fruit, those are the ones that are going to be honored in the kingdom under Yahweh Shai and King David.
Right, and this feast is saying, come and sit and eat with the king. You know, this word is known as the water, it's known as the oil, it's known as the meat, right? Bread. It's known as the bread, it's known as the wine. You know what I mean? So this is a feast. You're eating right now with your mind, right? It always says, remember the heart, the belly. Go ahead.
And there's a scripture in the Bible that said that gives essential things that are needed, all right, for life. And bread, water, and wine are the nutrients. And that's known as all of those, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he's giving us, everything that we need to sustain spiritually, not only just physically, but spiritually, man.
That's right. 39. Which are, and it's called the marriage supper. That's what we're dealing right now. The Lord, the marriage supper. The Most High is making a marriage, you know. A father gives away his son to a wife, or vice versa. So the Lord is giving away his son from the heavens to his bride. The bride got to get prepared, though. You know what I mean? Where we at? Okay, right here. It says, arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, man. Because right now we in the valley of the shadow of death. All right, the shadow of wickedness, the shadow of sin, which is America. All right, this is that valley, man, the low place. Okay. So we depart from under the covering of this place, man. Not calling ourselves Americans or calling ourselves bywords and proverbs that Esau tried to put on us. You know.
This is hell.
This is hell, man. This is hell right on earth.
Yeah, hell isn't a place on the ground where there's a pitchfork, fire and all that shit. This is hell. Like, and you can see it by police killing our people. You can see it.
It's a condition, not a place.
Right.
Right. It says, these were sealed, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received glorious garments of the Lord. They want to break it down?
And the glorious garments represents the righteousness, man. Our covering is the covering of the Spirit of the Lord, man.
We're going to get new bodies.
Come.
All right? So we're going to get new glorious garments in the kingdom. That's what the Lord promising you, get a new body, man. These bodies right here are from the first Adam, from the ground. But our new body is going to be from the heavens, man. And those bodies not going to go off. They're going to be completely righteous. He's going to have the law written in our inward part, in our heart, So we're going to be made perfect, man. We're going to be taller. We're going to have beards and shit. Be able to fly, disappear, go into different realms, the spirit realm. But this for eternity, though. So you can understand why he would take so long. Right. We're going to be in eternity, man.
You got it.
That's right, brother. He got it. It says this. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those, meaning seal, right? Remember back to that word seal again. Shut up those of thine that are clothed in white. And that's, that's the covering of the Lord. Which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed.
All right, so now you know what it feels as a human being to long for something, right? You know what it feels like for a human being to long for something, like something that you earnestly want so bad. So imagine it being the Most High. He said, the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Like you said, it takes a process to get to that number. And we're living out that process right now.
Verse 42. Stop me whenever y'all want. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people.
A great people to the first fruits of the children of Israel, man. Entering into the kingdom, man.
Right, he saw the 144 and the
mixed multitude.
Mingled with fire, standing upon the firmament. Yep, because this is after the destruction.
God.
All right, because this is about to happen. Let me get this real quick. Somebody get Revelation 11. Yeah. This is about to happen. We're going to be in chariots, man. All right. Revelations 11. Oh, my bad, damn. I'm like, hi, go ahead.
Revelation 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice. Verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right, so that's fear. Fear can have somebody take flight, right, in two ways, out of fear or out of anger. Anger is known as fear too, in a way. Because what they fear, they want to destroy. So they attack you. So that's fear. Right, so you saw two versions of it. You saw some people scurry along, and you saw some people want to attack us. That's all fear. Different forms of it, you know what I mean? So go ahead. So that's a great fear.
Verse 12.
Beyond what we could do with a gun or anything. Go ahead.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
So as the missiles being shot off, them giant missiles that's big as semi-trucks, as they being shot off and they start coming down to the sky, we're going to see them. All right? And the ones that didn't listen, they're going to remember this. They're going to remember. Now, when them missiles hitting, as soon as the missiles hitting, it's going to cause something called what? A mushroom cloud. You ever heard of that? You heard of mushroom cloud? Somebody get that? All right, let's get that real quick. Yeah, I think it's Revelation 6. Yeah. What's that?
The chairs being clouds?
6 and 14.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, this is Jeremiah 4 and 13. All right, this is Jeremiah 4 and 13. It says, behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariot shall be as a whirlwind.
Oh, no, that's something else. That's talking about Babylon.
Okay. I got that Revelation.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation 6 and 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll. Well, that was Revelations 6:13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs.
Right. So untimely figs, man. So why could damn. So the missiles gonna be shot off, right? And those missiles that they got in the silos, the Lord gonna make them shoot off. All right. So they ain't gonna be ready for them to be shot. But the Most High gonna make sure they shot off. All right. And the Lord said, John the Revelator said he heard the number of the missiles that's being shot. And the number that the giant missiles that's gonna be shot on this place with warheads is gonna be 200 million warheads, man. 200 million missiles gonna hit America. And it's gonna be like a besom of destruction that sweeps across this place. A fire gonna go across this place. All right, go ahead.
When she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Right. Go ahead. It's gonna be shaken of a mighty wind. That mighty wind is that destroying wind called a nuclear fallout. All right, go ahead.
Verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
Come on with it. You know what that is. The heavens gonna roll together like a scroll. Picture that in the sky. Right? What would that be? A mushroom cloud. Right in the Bible, man. That's what the brother Zariah keep telling you about prophecy. You know what I mean? Because the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. The word prophecy comes from the word pro, meaning before, pro. Phasai means to say before. So you're saying things from the scriptures before they happen. You know what I mean? So you got fake prophets out here too. You know, the lottery and all that shit. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, these people, right? Their vision's not gonna come true. What we're saying is happening now, and it's gonna happen in the future. You see it, Russia. You know that Russia's spoken of in Ezekiel 38. All right, Gog and Magog. You know what I'm saying?
Really quick, your father, you say he's in Islam. What prophecies do they have?
I don't really talk to them.
They don't have none.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I'm about to say that.
Not him. We're talking about the book. The book doesn't have any prophecies. You don't really talk to him too much. I got you. Yep. But you got a father. You know what I mean? He said, when your mother or father shall reject you, you got it. Cause same here. You know, you know what I mean? I'm from Philadelphia. You really? I'm from South Philly, man. Get out of here. Yeah. Born and raised, man. 19 for Wharton. Yo. Man, I used to be out looking all the time, man. That's why I used to go to find my women. Out there in Albany, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm really from Philly, man. Damn, get out of here. Hold on.
You've been down here.
Oh, off and on, man. I got sent down here, though. You know what I'm saying? My last name Jackson, and I'm in Jacksonville. So I got kicked out by Judge Reynolds. You know him? You know Judge Reynolds?
Black boy.
Yeah. He kicked me out. He's worse, ain't he? I told y'all about him. Yeah. I told y'all.
It's good for you. Tell you count how many laces you got, like how many.
Did I tell y'all that?
Count how many laces you got?
I told y'all that. I said, you tell you count the birds outside?
How many bullets you had in your gun? Like how many years you get? Let me tell you, multiply it.
I tell Reynolds, man, he ain't a joke. And I was able to escape out of his clutches. The Lord got me out of that. I was delivered. And I got grabbed for no reason. You know what I mean? I ended up down here in Jacksonville. I was homeless for like 7 years after a situation. Came home, my family sister moved out on me. I was just in the house like, oh, what the hell am I doing in Jacksonville? That's when the Lord started waking me up and dealing with me by myself. You know what I mean? So I've been on the journey for a long time out here. I went back to Philly too. Tried to teach some people there. I taught so many people there, most of them died. That's what I was talking about. Remember I said they died right there? You get what I'm saying now. You know how quick it can happen. It's real bad. So I was talking to them 5 minutes later, boom, gone. I was on a mission. And they were down here holding it down in Jacksonville. Feel me? So I was going back and forth. So
that's how they like appreciate what y'all saying.
Yeah.
They do it a lot up there.
That's right, yeah. But you don't know which one to choose because you got the one in the black. They the false ones, they the ones we were telling you about. They the fake ones. The one that be in the black on Broad Street.
And they keep downtown by Center City.
By Center City, yeah. They be right there on Market Street. Yep. 15th Market. Or probably 10th Market.
They got megaphones and microphones and shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the ICGJC, that's the ones in the white and red and shit. They used to be out there by the big Penn building, 2 Penn Center Plaza. Yeah. They used to be out there, man, but their leader died. He used to call himself the Holy Spirit. So you got to judge a tree by their fruits, you know what I mean? So we the real deal, man. We follow under GMS. The apostles of GMS, our leader is Apostle Tahar. You know what I'm saying? We got a brother I taught so many. I taught most of South Philly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I came in contact with, only one brother woke up that I spoke to. So it don't matter. You can't make nobody get this. You know what I mean? You can try all you want. I've talked to people and they're gone. They in the spirit realm. Next thing you know, they get stomach cancer. They die out of nowhere. Next thing you know, they get shot. Next thing you know, they turn the corner and somebody set them up and kill them. You know what I mean? And they didn't listen. So only one brother woke up. His name is Mayaka Allah. You know, he up there in Philly now. He pulled away from Islam. And he been going hard ever since. You know what I mean? So we got camps up there. If you here or you going? You up there? You here? Yeah, you good. You good. Let me get your map for you roll. All right, go ahead, bro.
This is Psalms chapter 27, verse 10. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord. Lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. And he brought you right here for that same various reason. You know what I'm saying? He said you don't even talk to your pops that much, really. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord's talking to you. You know what I'm saying?
Camp Philly is basically, you know, it's crazy, you know, you relate.
Con, dead ass. Like, so the Father Yahweh was speaking through the spirit of his son, Yahweh Shai, bringing you to him through this way. Was somebody you saw hear a voice behind you? You know what I'm talking about? You know I'll be fumbling up stuff. Yo, you came by here for a reason, bro. Like real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Predestination, bro. Before you was even formed in the belly, the Most High was like, on this date, you gonna walk past these dudes, boom.
I get it.
Pray you one of the elect, man. You could want to be very much you could very much be one of the elect. It's like I had to push that out. But you very much could be, bro.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21.
Isaiah 30 and 21.
And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it.
And that's what your ears heard. It just tickled your ear a little bit. You were like wrapped up with your girl, and she kept walking, and you went like this, and turned and went straight, and was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly your whole, like, if you ain't seen nothing else. Like, you was like, nah, bro, hey. You walk over there, I need to get this right here. And you've been sitting here, you've been here about an hour and a half, bro. Like, I know it feel like 5 minutes, but that's how the Spirit of the Lord moves like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you really taking in some, like, yo, we see people come over here a lot, and they get here, yeah, y'all keep doing what you're doing, and walk off, and they just forget about it. But the Lord is filling your mind up, so you ain't finna forget about this, bro. Every time a thought is gonna try to exit your mind, He's gonna put another one in it. It's gonna revert you back to this day, this moment right here. This is the beginning of a new life for you right here, man.
And even more beautiful, it's on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it and be like, oh, okay, start studying.
For real.
It goes back to that mark that we were speaking about in Ezekiel 9, all right? You said mark. All right, now whether it's for righteousness or whether it's for judgment is up to you. The kingdom lies within you, as the scriptures say.
So you've been sighing and crying for all the abominations that you see all the time, man. You're like, yo, this wicked, man. God damn, it gotta be some righteousness, right? Gotcha. Boom, walk down here. Soon as you walk down there, he led you to righteousness. Not that we're righteous, but the Spirit of the Lord is righteous, man. And that's what we're here to testify and to present the Spirit of the Lord, man.
Right. Oh, you got one? Go ahead.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 24. The man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
You want to get it? Go ahead.
Come on, and just further on the point the brother making, our footsteps are guided by the Lord, man. So He sent you to walk this way in this park at this time for a specific reason, and this is that reason. So you get this truth, man, these scriptures.
And that's also shows that there's no free will. People just can't do what they want against the power of the Most High. They're gonna do what they want, what they think they want to do by the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It says in the scriptures, the Most High said to Moses, "Hey, go tell the Pharaoh to let my people go, and I'm going to make him not let my people go, just so that way I can destroy those same people to show that I exist."
But like it's like this. Like when Moses came to the Pharaoh, right, and you got the audience of people, the Israelites and the Egyptians watching, right? Moses said, "Let my people go." So now all the people looking at Pharaoh. What you gonna say? No, I ain't gonna let my people go. Now they turn back to Moses. Ooh, the Lord was setting the scene, setting the tone, hyping everybody up. So now Pharaoh's sticking his chest out like he a god, and that's the whole thing the Most High wanted to do. Wanted him to stick his chest out, thinking he was doing something, but the Most High was propping him up the whole time.
Hey, and Moses walked in there knowing what his answer was going to be.
But
He had to go by the will of the Most High. He could, and then the best example of them not wanting to go by the will of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, look at Jonah. Most High said, "Hey, Jonah, go to what city was it? Nineveh. Go to Nineveh. Tell them what I want them to be told." Jonah was like, "Nah, I'm finna hop on this ship."
He went the total opposite direction, but where did he end up?
Nineveh. and you know how the story of Jonah. Oh. We'll bring it out real quick.
You can. It's kind of long story.
Well,
but
yeah. That you can read that tonight.
Go on, yeah.
Yep, here you go. So, I'm gonna just read this 2 precepts. Y'all can break it down though. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Go ahead. So say it one more time, Salaki.
But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved.
So if you speak to somebody and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm saved and sanctified," what are you saved past tense from? Right. You have to constantly endure this hellish place to be saved.
From this hellish place.
From this
and
hellish
from
place.
ourselves, because we sin daily, so we need to be salvation from ourselves too.
Boom. That's what those new bodies are for.
Fine.
Right, here you go. Mark 13:7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not cut. But the end shall not be yet. Mark 13:7.
Going to war with Ukraine. You're gonna hear about that war trickling. You're gonna hear about that war coming closer and closer to America. But do not be afraid, because it is for our salvation.
And don't give up. Don't quit. Don't think it's I'm done now. It's over. It's over. Yeah, the war's breaking out. It's over. No, keep pushing.
I play football.
Take their devices.
Yeah, don't take their devices.
Yes,
one
hey,
thing,
make sure you pay attention to what he just. Don't take their devices. Yeah. I ain't gonna say.
One thing a football coach. Yeah, right there. One thing a football coach told me. He said it don't matter. It don't matter how close you are to the touchdown. The closer you are, that means like the harder you should run. So you could be like 1 yard away. Don't be like, all right, yeah, I'm cool, ain't nobody behind me. No, run even harder, even faster, because it's that close. It's just that close.
Come on, get that. Now you got moving with the spirit, with the precepts. All right. And nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
And you're witnessing that happening right now. We're witnessing, so we getting hyped. We getting hyped because we're that much closer to salvation. But guess what? That's when like you run a mile 4 times around. That 4th time around the track, you getting it. You trying to give it all you got just to make it to the end, pushing all the way to the end.
Start hard, finish hard.
Start hard, finish harder.
That's right. Habakkuk 2, the race. Come on, get that. Now it says this: for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. Right.
That's that worldly destruction that's going on, like all the all the climate and stuff that's happening and everything.
And there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows, and another word for sorrow is hell. And Jacob's troubles is part of that, you know.
That famine is starting right now. It's getting ready to start.
Right.
The inflation that's happening with the food, with the gas.
I went to a restaurant yesterday on the app-based jobs, right? And I saw that the menu went higher on stuff. So you gonna see that on drive-thrus everywhere. Like the menu going higher. Gas ain't the only thing going higher.
Like Krusty Krab out here.
Even Publix. So like even Publix, man. I remember probably like a couple of months or so, the chicken tender subs was about what? $7 or so. That's like
$11.
It's $9.99.
Yeah, that's why I ain't been buying them damn things.
Man, listen.
Oh, even the chicken, the boxes.
The boxes of chicken, man, listen. They used to be $9.99. They $15.99.
Hey, we buy like 2 boxes of them.
Make a black man, so-called black man mad. It must be chicken.
I mean, hey man, for real. I was
We get
mad
like 2 of
as
those and
fuck.
we eat them before I count. Now you can't buy no chicken now.
All right, I got a little hype on that one.
Verse 10, you about to attack the camera, man.
Chicken.
Verse 10, yeah. And the gospel must first be published among all nations, man.
So now you can help us get to that point, because it must be published among all nations, man. So you see our YouTube channels and everything like that. So anybody over the world can, you know what I'm saying, can tune in and listen to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, listen to his word. And that's what we pushing for. Like the person that might not want to click on my video, but they'll click on his video. Right. Might not want to click on his video, but they'll click on your video. You know what I'm saying? So it's we putting out that work, putting out that work. You know what I'm saying?
Matthew 24:11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And ISUPK, them camps that you were seeing up there in Philly, they false prophets, man.
And you judge a tree by its fruits.
Yeah. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, wickedness, the love of many shall wax cold, man. That's why you got all these murders happening and killing. Because wickedness is growing, you know what I mean? It's starting with the media. What they're hearing in the rap music, kill, kill, kill. So all that's growing, so the killings is growing, you know, the wickedness is growing. Yeah. All right? There you go, that's the distraction.
Yeah. In a rush.
But he, that's the point. There's another one, we'll wait. All right? But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world through the internet, for all a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
So once we get to that point, the children that he's been longing for are sealed, then the end is going to become.
2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 42. And I, Ezra, verse 41. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled.
Boom, man, we're waiting to get to that point so the Lord can just bring ultimate destruction to this place. Almost there, huh? God.
Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed, meaning made holy, separated. I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number.
But those great people are looked upon on this earth by these other nations as nothing. But the Lord looks at us as great people, man.
And they all praise the Lord with songs.
That's what makes
in Revelation. Nobody was able to know the song. Revelation 14. Come, let's get that. We got to get that one. He gonna know what that means.
Revelation 14:3.
Yep.
It says, and they sung as it were a new song.
This is a new song. That's why he's saying you never heard this before. It's a new song, right?
And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Right, so they're going to be taken off this earth from out of the destruction. 2nd Ezra 2:43. And in the midst of them, right? So once you get taken up, and we like, whoa, what the hell just happened? That's in the scriptures too. He said it's going to be like a dream. And we're going to look at each other and be like, oh, shit, what just happened? And then that's when we're going to start praising the Lord more. Like, oh, you know what I mean? But he said, when that happens, we're going to look and we're going to see the destruction under us, you know, on the earth. All right? So it's going to be so bad that he got to take us above the firmament. You know what I mean? Atomic mushroom cloud, you know, mushroom clouds. All right? 200 million missiles. All right? I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest.
And that's the young man of a high stature is talking about Yahushua, our deliverer, man. Tall, he about 10 foot tall. Big, burly, white, Kimbo Slice looking, you know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're intimidating looking as a people, but imagine what the Son of God looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Right, he's gonna be staring like that, look. He's gonna be peeking from around the corner like this. Yeah, they're gonna be peeking from a little tiny hole in the ground. Like, oh shit, I see him.
Yeah. What it's going to say, make the rocks fall upon me to hide me from the presence of the Lord.
That's right. Well, that means that they're gonna go into the bunkers.
Con.
All right, they're gonna try to hide under the rocks.
Con.
All right, you know about the bunkers. So they're gonna try to go into the bunkers to run from our Lord, man, and to run from the missiles. But the Lord said the bow of steel shall strike them through. So that's the missiles. All right.
What I'm saying, just imagine, they in their bunkers and the missiles fell, but we got spiritual powers enough to take them out there.
Yeah, and remember he said it's gonna burn as an oven. Yeah. They're gonna cook down there.
They're gonna a nice metal tube.
Yeah, and they're gonna run underground, but after the destruction, can we get that real quick? New Jerusalem.
Revelation 22.
Yeah, 12.
21 or 22?
No, yeah, 21. I think it's 21. Real quick, and I'm gonna jump back to this.
Yeah, 21.
So once we come down out of the heavens, or the hopeful elect, I pray that I'm in that number 2. You know? Yep, go ahead, brother. We fighting not as though we already obtained it. We fighting so we can achieve it, you know? Reach that goal someday. All right,
This
go
is the
ahead.
book of Revelations, chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
See, theirs going to be passed away. Their rulership, Job 9 and 24. Somebody quick as possible. Quick as shit.
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Yep.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
See that? So the earth was given into Esau. All right. So the Lord gave this world to Esau. That's why the Lord said, the prince of this world coming, and he has nothing in me. He has no part in the kingdom. That was talking about Esau, the Caucasian race, right? So this world was given unto them. All right. Go ahead. And look what they done with it. They destroyed the earth.
Verse 2.
And they're gonna destroy more with missiles. You know. Go ahead.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Now we just read it in Revelations, didn't we? Where he said, "Come up hither."
Yes.
You see that? He said, "Come up hither into the chariot." Did we read that?
Yeah.
You sure?
I read it.
The come up hither part?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of. I don't know if you caught it. Do you want to read it again? Just real quick, real quick. We're gonna do some speed skipping around.
Revelation chapter 11.
Yep.
Verse 12.
Yeah, you did read it. I remember.
All right. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Woo! See that, man? So the enemy's gonna behold. If you one of the elect, they're gonna see you getting taken up, beamed up into a chariot, and they're gonna be like, "Oh shit! The Lord has done wonderful things for them. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not be able to do anything about it." They're gonna be like, "Oh man, I wish I could be like them. Get out of this fire. Right? Take me." Yeah.
It's hot.
Verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them.
That's right. Where was you at?
Verse 3.
All right. So the New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven. All right. So that's the Israelites coming down from the Most High, seeing the Most High. We're gonna see this Most High someday. They're gonna be brought down from them chariots down to the earth, being made new. A whole army coming down here to put these damn devils in slavery. They're gonna. Somebody know that's that? To bind their nobles with fetters of iron. They're gonna wake up loud upon their bed. It's in Psalms. All right. That's it on that. Where was you? I'm gonna finish reading this real quick. Because after this happens, that's when the slavery happens. All right. That's when we get the chains. 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads, he put crowns. So we're going to get a crown on our head one day, man. From the one that died and did everything righteous. When he was on this earth, he was righteous, man. And they still killed him. You see that? So he died for our sins. You know what I mean? So he's out there on the right hand of the Father. They call him the lion, the conquering lion of Judah. You know what I'm saying? So he come back, he roaring like a lion. He already roaring right now through his men. But when he come back, he coming back to tear, to destroy, all right? So now, it says this. And upon all of their heads he set crowns, man, and was more exalted. At that point, we can be like, yeah, you know, snapping like an army. Which I marveled at greatly. So he's talking about marvels. You know, the marvels? We the real marvels. The Lord is the real marvel. These people gonna marvel at us. You know, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 again?
Imagine how they marveled at Samson. Imagine
Yeah,
how they marveled.
You got a whole list.
Right, the whole list.
Yeah, that's the King David and his mighty men. Man, you don't want to talk about them. Elijah calling fire from the sky, huh? No, you good. Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Right.
This shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him.
Right, so you're gonna stand, go ahead.
And made no account of his labors.
Right, so if they're not standing this way, they standing up any other kind of way, standing against the system in any kind of way, protesting, it ain't gonna work. This is the way, all right? Standing for the Lord, standing upon our feet, a great exceeding army. But so what? We standing upon our feet. Standing upon our feet, a great exceeding army. We still gotta have that breath in us, the wisdom. I can sit here and look like an Israelite all day. Got the cufflinks on, you know what I'm talking about. They got all this shit covering their wrists like they ready for all the chains and shit. We don't know where that came from, man. They made that up. It never said in the Bible they wore all that, like with the chains and the spikes and rhinestones
and all that shit. Right?
Yeah. So anyway, you know, oh my goodness. Where the fuck that came from? That's it, like a glitch in the face for real.
Trying to make us to be diet Negroes.
He caught me off guard with that one, man. He said, people, all right, bro. That was a glitch in the matrix, man.
He knew he was trying to be funny.
Yeah, he being funny. So yeah. So I forgot my point.
You don't know where they got that from, all that broad, making broad their phylacteries.
ISUPK with all these
Yeah.
chains and all that
So
shit on.
yep. So now, right. So we're gonna be the marvels. All right. They're gonna all marvel at the men of the Lord.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Yahushua,
yeah.
right? When they see that, go ahead.
Because it's the spirit that he's gonna bless us with, that spiritual power.
That's right, brother.
It ain't about the armory and
It ain't about none of that.
the girdles and all that. That ain't gonna protect you, man.
Hell no.
You gonna know who the Lord's men is in that day.
That's right, man.
Talk about standing upon your feet. There's a dude out there. He in a wheelchair. He still go out on the highways and byways and teaching.
Yeah, with none of them spikes and shit on.
None of them spikes. You got a garment, a Bible. That's it. That's all you need. This and a Bible. That's all you need. You don't need a megaphone. You don't need a microphone.
This is the sword.
Boom.
Right.
Need your voice and that's it.
Right.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 5:2.
Right. No rhinestone cowboys over here.
For real.
Right.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with fear and shall be anguished at the slaughter. It shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
So they're gonna be amazed at it. There you go, amazed, right? Amazing Spider-Man. You see that? They're gonna be amazed at it. Oh my, you know, and they're gonna marvel at the same time. There you go. You know, so you know where Stan Lee got all that from. You know what I mean? And they that's why I like the movie coming out soon, Black Adam.
Oh, Con.
I want to see that, man.
Yeah, that shows The Rock. He got spiritual powers.
Yeah, he supposed to be like Black Adam or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, and Alice, the movie Alice, where she was in slavery in the 1970s.
Oh yeah.
And that's real. That's real.
It's about to. I think it come out this month.
Yeah. I think so.
I hope so.
I think so.
But anyway, so what you reading, brother?
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5.
Yep. So they're gonna marvel at us, you know. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
Right. So they're gonna say within themselves. Remember when we called them black, we called them niggas speaking jigaboos, you know. Damn, look at him. He a prince. He's God's child. And I remember I said that to him. I remember I fired him.
It wasn't lying.
Right? I got fired from Heritage. I ain't do nothing wrong. Like, get his ass out of here, man. He knows too damn much. He trying to. I remember one time my boss. What's up, man? I remember my boss caught me in the back, in the outside of the building. I was in the back. He came back there. I had the whole staff in the circle. We all like talking. He thought he fired me at that moment. He thought I was building a revolution at work. So yeah, man, my bad.
Hey, and these scriptures you could take with you in all of your life, and anywhere you go. Like you can go to your job, you can be like, hey, I don't shave my beard because of my laws.
Right.
The laws I'm a part of, the nation I'm a part of. You can be like, oh yeah, I want these days off because I'm a priest and my church needs me for this specific, right? For this specific righteous rehearse.
Religious ceremony.
And that's just the power of our Lord too. All right, showing how He set things up to where they can't gainsay or resist. You know, we can sit right here all day if we want to. They can't do nothing but walk by.
But we used to not that power was taken away from us. All right, we used to not be able to read. Let them catch us reading, but we gone. But now we have that power, and He gave that power back unto us. Not only do we have the power to, well, the main power we have, like you said, Esau has the power to destroy. We have the power to heal. Right now, we're healing you, and we giving that power. Well, not we, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua is allowing us to give you that power, so that you can get that power onto somebody else. That way you can heal somebody else and give them the power to heal.
Yeah, and we're gonna fix the earth.
And we're gonna heal the earth.
You know, that's what the Lord got us for too, to heal the earth and to cast out judgment. What's that? Work up aloud upon their bed.
Oh, I got that. This is Psalms.
Right. You saw Coming to America? Yeah. Remember the girl was dancing, she was hopping on one foot? It's gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're gonna be in order. They're gonna be programmed to follow us. All I know is what you say, whatever you like, you know. And now he woke up. Remember, he woke up. He was in his bed and shit.
To a live orchestra.
To a live orchestra. We're gonna wake up like that, but even better. We looking at man's imagination, but the Lord said, "I have not seen." Somebody get that, please. Ears had not heard. So I don't care who made the movie. Steven Spielberg, all the best directors that got the best imaginations. They cannot imagine what we're gonna experience in the kingdom.
And speaking of movies, you know, we're talking about spiritual powers. All those movies are done with special effects. Like when you watch the behind the scenes, they be like it looks weird. Yeah, it look weird. But out here,
right, man. So
1 Corinthians chapter 2.
Yeah, let's get this real quick.
All right, I got it. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen.
Eyes have not seen.
Nor ear. Oh, Shalaki.
No, you good.
Nor ear heard.
Yep.
Neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yahweh hath prepared for them that love him.
Come on with it. See, the Most High got it in his own mind. This is his thoughts. So he didn't send that to nobody. He gave us a glimpse of it, what we're going to experience, you know. Go ahead, brother.
But Yahweh hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
But he revealed it to us, but the rest of the world don't know. We don't even know fully what it's going to be like. We can read about it. You know, the Lord gave us a spirit to understand, but these nations, they don't know. I don't care what movie they make, they can't imagine, like Coming to America. He was a prince. He woke up in America and then gave away his royalty to a wicked woman in America. He had all the women that was in order, and he come over here and just give it. Man, see, that's how they do. Yeah, they make it look stupid on movies. But this is what the Lord said. Go ahead.
For the Spirit searcheth all things.
Loud upon the bed.
Oh, my bad.
That's not the water. That was good.
This is Psalms chapter 149, verse 3, 4, 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory.
Right, what's the saints? Revelation 13, somebody? We're going to pause for a second. Let the saints be joyful. Not these heathens. They ain't going to be joyful. They're going to, like the brother Kanak read to you earlier, he spoke to you earlier, that the rich man going to lift up his eyes in hell. Remember that? And Lazarus means Jacob, right? That's right, brother.
So, like you just saw, he doesn't want us to be in rulership. That's his hell.
Oh, yeah. They want us to be out here with guns. They love that. That way they can hunt us down and have a reason to attack, you know? But we out here with Bibles. They like, oh, shit, I don't know how to fight these. How they fight that battle? I can't deal with that. All right? Only thing I can do is cause confusion. Somebody got it?
13:10, leading into captivity.
Yep, go ahead, brother. The saints.
It's Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Right.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right, that's for the camera,
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right, they killed with the sword. All right, they killed us. They put us into slavery, so they going into slavery. All right, and what was the blessing that was given to Esau? It was the sword. You know, the Lord blessed him with the sword. That way it can be his judgment. He blessed us with the spirit, this sword. They got the physical sword and the gun. You know, Esau, China made up the fireworks, and Esau took that, manipulated that idea, and they made the modern day gun. And they took us down with them guns. And now today they even got still a sword, but they call it what? A chopper. You see what I'm saying? Spiritual. So our people are not supposed to deal with that shit. You can deal with it, protect yourself, but we ain't supposed to be killing our brothers. Yeah, you know what I mean?
The scripture says, give not that power to...
Our weapons of warfare are not carnal.
Carnal.
Yep, got it? Go ahead.
This is Psalms 148 and 14.
Yeah, we still wasn't done with that, were we?
Oh, I was just saying
No,
reference.
yeah. Good.
This is Psalms 148 and 14. He also exalted the horn of his people.
Right, the strength of his people. That's your Yahushua. Go ahead.
The praise of all his saints.
Ooh.
Even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
So who's the saints? The people of Israel. All right. No other nation. We're the children of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the rest of our people that's scattered amongst these nations that look like them. You know what I mean? So we're not Black Panthers. We ain't going out here saying, I'm gonna do this or that to the person because they lighter than us. We don't know who's who. You know, you got some people out here in Carolina, different places, they look just like Esau. And they out there like, you devils going into slavery. He's like, it's the spirit that's on them. You know, they're Israelite, but they got what you call clean leprosy. All right, go ahead, brother. Well, let's back to our dream. Go ahead, the vision, the hope, the goal. Let's get it.
This is Psalms chapter 149, verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High.
No. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 10. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Ooh, so this is supposed to be our faith. This is supposed to be our patience too. What does the word patient mean? It goes back to long suffering, enduring until the end. So we want to take all this bullshit just so we can see what the Lord has for us, man. Can't imagine it, yo. You know, putting them into slavery, getting get back. There's no greater gift. Well, it's a greater gift than that, but that's a good revenge to see the fall of your enemy. You know, but our people have lost that. They've lost that desire of a rebirth of a nation. You know what I mean? They've lost that, man. Yeah, they want that money.
Right.
Oh, they've become comfortable here. They think this is their rest. But the Lord said, arise, for this is not your rest. All right? I need that saints real quick.
Psalms chapter 149, verse 6.
Yep.
Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth.
Oh, no, one more verse up.
Okay, verse 5.
Yep.
Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds.
Right, you ain't gonna be singing no African Zamunda song like Eddie Murphy. They always think we're African. No, you're gonna wake up aloud upon your bed singing. Go ahead.
Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth.
Right, so you're gonna wake up screaming out the Most High name. Oh, I can't believe it. Every day you wake up, it's gonna be like a nightmare. This place, you're gonna remember it, but it's gonna, you know, every day you wake up, you're gonna be in the kingdom. Every day we wake up now, we here. Go ahead.
And a two-edged sword in their hand.
So you're gonna wake up aloud upon your bed, singing the Lord's name, and the word gonna be in your mouth. You ain't gonna need the Bible no more, right? The paper is gonna be a part of you. Remember, we're gonna be made perfect.
Gonna be on our DNA.
That's right. And he said what? And a two-edged sword in your hand. Why? You're gonna have literally a double-edged sword, a physical one. Why? Go ahead.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
They're gonna be bound with chains, man. Didn't they put us in chains? They're gonna be bound with chains, and their nobles, which would be like their elites, all them, they're gonna be bound with fetters of iron. We're gonna have to lock their old asses up. So when they come out of the slavery, when they come out of the pit or their bunkers, they're gonna get brought out of there and put right into slavery, man. You know what I mean? And they're gonna be made to work day and night. They made us work from what, sun up to sundown. Women and children out there picking cotton. You know what I'm saying?
And they favored the children because they was able to get the small pieces, you know, the little nooks and crannies that the adults couldn't get.
That's right, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9, to execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints, praise ye the Lord.
Woo,
this honor.
That's an honor. We're gonna be honored. That's get the crowns, and then you put them in slavery. That's the honor, man. Have all his saints, man, to be able to do that, all right? And he said, let me read this one, Kurt. Now back to this. 2 Ezra 2 and 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads, each one, man, children, and the women are going to get them tiaras, but mainly the men are going to get the crowns, all right? And was more exalted, so you're going to, yeah, you know, and which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel, and I said, Sir, what are these? And he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing, so these bodies going to go, all right? And have put on the immortal. You're going to have an immortal body. And so your spirit is what gets dressed, you know what I mean? In a abode, which is a body, a house, all right? And have confessed the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Now are they crowned and receive palms in their hand, meaning you're going to be able to relax. You're going to get that palm leaf looking like a field of grass, man. That the husbandman has done his husbandry on, you know, and cultivated us as a field that's going to be ripe and, you know, ready to harvest, man. All right, pure, clean, fresh.
Go ahead.
All right, let me know if you need to stop me though, but it says, then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Whew. That's it on that one, man.
That stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. So you're gonna have a lot of Israelites telling you that the name doesn't matter. It very much so does, because you have to stand for something. Right. And how idiotic does it sound? Does it sound like, hey, the God of the Bible, the so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. They're God's chosen people. What's the name of God? That don't matter. But anyways, like, no, bro, that matters, because the name of the Most High is a righteous tower, and it is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it. We have to have something to call upon. We have to have something to have faith upon. And it's not nothing. It doesn't matter. And there's not many of them. There's one of them, Yahweh, and the son Yahweh Shai.
If I may add on, he said his name is dreadful among the heathen. That's why they give you all these false names to call on, such as JC, Yah, Yahuwah, all these other names. Because his name is dreadful among the heathen, they can't say it.
God, and not only that, when you go to take over a kingdom, and you go in representation of something, what's the first thing you ask you? Who sent you? They're gonna ask you who sent you. Who are we coming in the name of? Or we're just coming in the spirit, but who? Spirit of who?
Right, and that goes into the seal. Like the letters they used to send out back in the day, they used to put a bullet on it and seal it with a ring. So now that seal better have the Lord's name on it. So he gonna reject it. You know what I mean? So we're like messengers. We're like epistles. You know, messengers for the Lord. Zechariah 14:9. And Yahweh shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one. Ecclesiasticus Sirach.
But in these times, yeah, everybody's gonna be able to call upon the name of the Lord in those times. But in these times, he said, I'll leave in the midst of the poor and afflicted people that shall call upon the name of the Lord to seek salvation. All right.
Sirach 17:10. And the elect shall praise his holy name. Now you gotta break it down.
That's straight to the point. The elect shall praise his holy name. That's the poor and afflicted people that he's leaving in the midst of all this wickedness, right? And what is he doing? He's showing his power, leaving us in the face of danger, right? And giving us deliverance from. That's how they're gonna say, damn, the Lord has done a great thing for them, man. The Lord has been mighty for them, for his elect, the ones that truly believed in and called upon his holy name, his name, and the name of his dear son, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Go ahead, I'll come back. I'll do something after you. We're gonna shut it down soon.
This is Psalms 99. It says, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. But thou, Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, has not forsaken them that seek thee. So, Khan, just like the Akim was speaking on, man, hey, the name of the Lord does matter, man. So in our time of trouble, in our time of tribulation, all right, it's going to differentiate from the righteous from the wicked, all right, because the righteous is going to call upon the name of the Lord, man, and we're going to call upon the name of the Lord in our time of tribulation, our time of trouble. The wicked, they not gonna know what to do. Shit. Like the elder said, man. Hey, shit. The Lord only has one name, man. All right. So with that being said, shit, you got Nate the Snake out here. All right. The Lord name doesn't matter. All right. The Lord has many names. You know, hey, it's only one name given amongst men under heaven whereby we must be saved, man. You know, like Proverbs 18:10 says also, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe, man. Shit, the wicked not running there. Why? Because they feel like they don't have nothing. No, they feel like they.
It's dreadful. It's dreadful.
Yeah, there you go. It's like getting tongue to. It's dreadful, man. So they don't even want to acknowledge the name of the Lord, man. Right. You know, so they rather just, oh yeah. Shit, we keep the law, statutes, commandments. You know, we can't keep all the law, statutes, commandments. We keep them to the best of our ability. But hey, man, you break one, you break them all. And one of the commandments, 1 John chapter 3, verse 23, is that we call upon the name of the Lord, man, Yahweh Shai. You know, so therefore, hey, if the name of the Lord is not given, they fucking up already. You break one law, you break them all.
Hey, just like the Lord's Prayer says, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Hallowed means holy. Holy means separate. Separate be thy name.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 44 and verse 4. Thou art my king, O power. Command deliverance for Jacob. Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us.
So we call 911 for the police. We call 911 for the ambulance. We call 911 for the. We call 911 for the firemen. We call 1-800-ASK-GARY for car insurance. We call upon these scriptures for who? Yahweh. And come for deliverance.
Right. Acts 4:12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
So that's important. And at that time, the letter J didn't even exist.
Wow.
Yeah. So who were they calling upon? They were calling upon Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
And no the letter U, because you said a name before. Yeah, but no letter U. Right?
Yeah, so he got it, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's all you need to know.
You got it.
Isaiah 41:14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee.
The worm is like a lowly, helpless creature.
That's what they say to you in military boot camp. You worm, you nothing but a maggot.
Yeah, like a worm is a healthy, like a helpless creature, man. And he said, "Fear not, thy worm Jacob, because I will help thee." So that's all we need. So because we are helpless in this society without the Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai.
Right.
But he's telling us not to fear because he's going to help us.
And like he says, we are helpless in the society, but we look for help. We look for hope. We look for faith, and the only way we can find that is with Yahweh Shai.
And he became the living word. They said the word was made flesh in John 1:1. John 1, chapter 1, said the word was made flesh. And now, so we come in that same representation of that word. So we become the living word as we follow the spirit of Yahweh Shai all the way to the Father.
Ephesians 2:11. Wherefore remember that ye being in times past Gentiles in the flesh.
All right, Gentiles in the flesh, following behind the covenants of these philosophies of these other nations, these other perverse doctrines, and we're following behind, calling ourselves Negroes and African Americans and all that kind of stuff.
Bring that power too, brother. Who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
All right, going back to the times of Paul, with the circumcision and the uncircumcision, where the circumcision dealing with the Pharisees and Sadducees, they didn't want to have anything to do with the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the ones that were in the Gentile state of mind. He was like, cut them off. But the scriptures say don't boast against the branches, all right? Because they were brought back through Yahweh Shai, all right?
Verse 12, that at that time ye were without Yahweh Shai, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants, two of them, of promise, having no hope. That's the point. And without Yahweh in the world.
Boom. And he said, and going back to Romans 8:20, he put us in a position where we have to only rely on hope in order to get out of that situation. So Yahweh Shai became our hope, making that reconciliation between and making peace between the children of Israel and the Father. So that's the only way we can go.
And also, why it makes no sense for any one of us as you stop and you listen, it's like, yeah, bro, you ain't doing da 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 because you need to da da da. That's not in our. We can't do that because we was in. That's being hypocritical. We was in your same shoes. We were doing what the fuck ever, we're out here. But now we know that we're supposed to do this. Now you know they're supposed to do this. And so that's our goal. That's why you're not supposed to walk up. You're not supposed to walk up to our people, pointing the finger. Yeah, you're not supposed to cast stones because we are in a position to be cast stones upon us as well.
Now we can walk up to our people, tell them if they're being wicked. Right. So it's scripture say, judge not that you be not judged. Meaning, if I'm out here eating pork, I can't tell nobody else not to eat pork.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to be that example.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we out here to tell our people that hey man, you being wicked. You need to stop doing this, that, and the third. We're telling them that, but we're not telling them if you don't do all the laws, you ain't gonna make it. We're not telling them. We're telling them we have hope. All right, abide by the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. But we have hope in Yahweh Shai because what he said, what all the law couldn't do, the Spirit did. What Spirit? The Spirit of Yahweh Shai. And that's how we were made perfect in the faith, giving us that sense of hope, understanding what hope is.
Right. You got Isaiah.
Verse 13, real quick. But now in Yahweh Shai, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Yahweh Shai. The sacrifice he did, yep.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself, all right, being a lamb unblemished, a perfect sacrifice to bring us back to the Father. All right? So then that's what he did. He gave reconciliation from us to the Father, because the Father wasn't dealing with us. So he gave us unto Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai ultimately became that sacrifice to be able to bring us back to the Father.
We give up our sacrifice by coming out on the highways and byways, giving up our body as a living sacrifice, doing the work.
Because before he was sacrificed, he was walking on this earth knowing that his destiny was to be sacrificed upon the face of this earth. Right. And he knew that. He knew it was the will of the Father, and he had to abide by that. So right now we know that it is our due diligence to give our bodies as a living sacrifice.
And not only that, they try to keep the law to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things in the law that you can't keep. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand and learn by coming into the fold how to keep the Sabbath, all right, pertaining to the lunar calendar, the lunar Sabbath, all right? And shit, it's certain things that pertaining to the law that's easy. It should be easy for you to keep and abstain from, so you can start giving reverence and paying homage to the Lord and thanking Him by giving up them sacrifices. You know, stop getting edge ups. You know what I'm saying? Let your beard grow when you start getting that beard hair. You know, stop eating pork, stuff like that. With the brothers speaking of shellfish, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You feel me? Like,
and the main reason it sounds very similar to Islam because Islam is an offshoot of what we are. All right, they try to be like us, not us trying to be like them.
Yeah, but we don't stick our heads in those stones.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That cobblestone, that goes back to Saturn worship.
Yeah. That's why they do a ring around the rose.
Hmm.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
All right, and that's how we were destroyed, through a lack of knowledge. That's destruction. Scripture says, he that wandereth out of the ways of wisdom shall remain in the congregation of the dead. That's how we became, everybody's worried about physical death. They need to be worried about spiritual death, because that's the main death. That's why Yahweh Shai said, fear not that what can kill the body, but fear that what can kill the body and soul in hell. Meaning, like he has the keys to hell and death. So he can make you have not knowledge and be in compassion with hell around about, or he can put you in a position where you can have hope. You know? Yeah. And he's given us hope through his sacrifice.
Right. He put you in a position to inquire and hear his word.
Right.
Right. John 10 and 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish. Neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
So you're in safe hands in the hands of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai.
Not all states.
Huh?
Not all states.
Not all states, but you're in the safe hands with Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. So now, this marks what he said, and I give you eternal life. And that's what we're seeking for, eternal life. And we can only get that through Yahweh Shai, man. And he was set up to give us that.
You know the story of Egypt, the Exodus out of Egypt? what we were talking about, how Moses went unto Pharaoh, said, "Let my people go," and they were exited out. That holiday is coming up pretty soon. So it's a very
Passover.
Kind of Passover, and it's a very I can't say the word. It's a very beautiful time we're living in. Solomon's sin.
Yeah.
It's a very very beautiful time we're living in.
And it's basically on the rejoicing of the Lord pulling us out of Egypt.
Passing over us.
Huh?
He passed over us.
He passed over us because he went throughout and killed all the firstborn of the Egyptians, all their cattle and everything, but he didn't touch the children of Israel. Because why? They had the blood of the lamb on the doorstep. Right. Boom. We become those doorposts, and the blood of Yahushua is upon us, so he'll pass over us in the time of destruction.
Was it a firstborn lamb with no blemish?
Was that what? But Yahushua becomes that lamb, and his blood shed, and we become the doorpost. And when the destruction comes, when the angels come doing the reaping, if you don't have that mark, that blood upon you, the blood of Yahushua upon you, you're gonna be destroyed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Revelations 5:5. And one of the elders said unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals.
So when he got crucified, he went on the right hand of the Father, and he took that body with him. That's why John said, I looked and saw it was like as a lamb that was slain. Right, so now that sacrifice made him worthy to loose the seals on his book for the prophecies to come about, and for us to be able to speak and understand these prophecies.
Because before it was closed by way of Daniel.
He said, seal up the book and go thy way. So Daniel sealed up the prophecy, but Yahushua loosed the seals on it.
Right.
But nobody could loose the seals but Yahushua.
Revelations 5:8. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts, the angels, and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. The Lamb is Yahushua. Having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints.
And Raphael is the angel that receives those prayers and releases them to the Father. Right. All right. So now every time we pray, now you can pray in the true name, bro, and the Lord's gonna hear your prayers, man.
True image.
You know what I'm saying? And his image being his setup, like. Because we don't want to follow the image of the beast and his system, all right? But we want to follow the image of Yahushua, which is righteousness, all right? Is faith. This is the image we follow behind, knowing that we don't have anything to fear, nothing that they trying to and all that they trying to put it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to worry about none of that because the Most High is going to deliver us from all that as long as we keep our mind on Him. You know what I'm saying? Through the Spirit of His Son, Yahushua.
Daniel 7:9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
And that's what the witnesses happened. All these nations, all these kingdoms that were erected on the earth are going to be cast down, man. And we're in the last kingdom of prophesying in the book of Daniel.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
That's talking about Yahweh, the Most High, the Ancient of Days, man.
Set for judgment.
Huh.
Whose garment was white as snow. He had the garment on. And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Now that's talking about the image of the Most High. You know, the image of the Most High. So hair like the pure wool. So now we're bearing that image, not the physical image, but according to the Spirit. All right, of righteousness.
Revelations 4:1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I had heard was as it were a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. Prophecy. And immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven. That we're reading about, right? His throne. And one sat on the throne, and he that sat on the throne was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone.
So that's like a brownish jasper sardine stone, like a brown colored stone.
That's right.
Like our skin.
That's right. Somebody got a phone? Pull up the jasper stone, sardine stone. You gotta see it, man. If somebody do it. Yep. Jasper stone and the sardine stone, right? And it says, and there was a rainbow round about the throne.
And when we know what that is, after you get done raining, that's what he gave us. He gave us eyes to see that.
Yep.
That's a covenant.
It's a jasper stone. So that's the color of the Most High's skin.
That's how he looks. Show it to the camera.
That's a jasper stone.
Right, man. So that's how the Lord look. Right? And a sardine stone together.
Con.
So it's like darker tone, you know what I mean? That's how the Most High, we reading about the Most High. We ain't even reading about his son. You already know that. You know how his son looked. But his son looked just like the Most High. All right? So we reading about the Most High Yahweh. All right? The Ancient of Days, before days even existed. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And we were made in his image.
We're made in his image, yeah. All right? An image of wisdom as well. That's right. So now, and he had a rainbow around about the throne in the sight of an emerald. You ever heard of Emerald City? So it looked like the rainbow, but it looked like emerald around his throne.
All right, so this is an emerald, so it's green like that.
That's what's around. That's how he look. That's how he look right now. All right. Yeah, that's it on that. We ain't got to read no more.
Yeah. So when you go to bed and before you pray, there's a man sitting on the throne. Not a man, but there's an entity sitting on the throne made of emerald with a rainbow around him. And don't say it was righteousness from his waist down and from his waist up.
I got you right here.
Come on.
It's Ezekiel 1. All right, here you go. Ezekiel 1 and 22. And the likeness. No, actually, here you go. 25. And there was a voice from the firmament. The firmament is what they call the ozone layer. That was over their heads when they stood and let down their wings. The wings represent the chariots, all right, what they call UFOs. Unidentified, but we can identify them according to the scriptures, all right? And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne. There go that throne again. As the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above the throne. So you ever see a plane when it's far away and it's like tiny, but that shit get up close. You know how we look like ants. So imagine Ezekiel saw the Most High out there on the throne, on the firmament. So imagine if he came closer, we'd be like little dots.
Yeah.
So that's why he can't. He like, yo, I'm not even gonna enter the earth. You can't build no church for me, no temple for me. You know what I mean? He lives in the temple of men. He put his spirit in you. Okay? And he live out there on the throne. He got a throne set in the heavens, man. All right, so now, and above the firmament, it says what? The likeness of a man, appearance of a man upon it. And I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire round about within it. And from the appearance of his loins, even upward, and from the appearance of his loins and downward, right? What I saw, as it were, the appearance of fire, and it had the brightness round about it. So that's like, you ever seen, what's that called?
The sun?
No, Leroy.
Last Dragon.
Last Dragon? You ever seen the Last Dragon?
Super Saiyan.
Damn, you gotta see that.
Like a Super Saiyan.
There you go. That might be up his alley. The Super Saiyan, like that. Yeah, you know
when they charge up, when they go to the next mix mode, they had that glow around them.
That's what he had from the loin. That's what he got right now. Loins up and downward.
And that's a natural. He didn't have to yell and charge up. That's his natural state.
He's naturally a Super Saiyan.
Right. That's
Yeah. So he had that glow on him. All right, this is what he's talking about, that glow, like how Bruce Leroy had. You know what I'm saying?
Right, there you go. Yep. So that's it, man. You know?
See that the glow?
Yeah.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, yeah.
This is Matthew 5 and 16. It says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
And that's the spirit that's within you. But soon you're gonna see the spirit that's within us on the outside. Also, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have that glow, that light upon us.
and there's people who have light within them shining out, being candles and flashlights to people here in this dark world. And there are people who are within, who are dark, and they're trying to take light. And that's all this dark place tries to do. It tries to snuff out light. But our light shines brighter than all this darkness in this place. God.
Well, that's it on the scripture on my part, man. But the Lord is visiting the earth. Anybody got any precepts you want to read or bring up?
I was gonna bring out the rest of the Genesis, Jacob and Esau.
Nah, that's
All
something.
right,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. You know what I mean? But we're gonna end it there, man. And you know, no, we appreciate you, man, because it's a wise person desires a listening ear. You know, we desire this. You know, that's what we do it for.
This is literally this is what we are.
It's our
are
faith.
here for, yeah.
It's our faith booster. A lot of people out there, you boosting their faith. That's doing this work. You know, and the people that's behind you, you're gonna become a doorway for others to walk through. You know what I mean? That's what I told the Akim. As soon as you get into this truth, you become a doorway. You know, like the brother said, Kanak, he said, somebody might not want to listen to a certain brother, they might listen to another brother. You know, your family might not want to hear me, your friends or whatever, but they'll hear you. The Lord know how to work, man. He know how to work. He know how to set it up perfect, man. You know what I mean? The chain reaction. You know what I'm saying? So before we end this, man, we want to give praise to the Most High in the ancient Hebrew and to His Son, man. You know, and honors to the elders of GMS. I'm gonna say, Kal, Alayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS, and Shalom to you, Akim, which means brothers in the Hebrew. All right, and Shalom to you, Akwatim, which means sisters in the Hebrew. And we're gonna say Shalom, man.
Shalom.
Shalom, which means peace unto you.
Hey, real quick, I was gonna mention like you're welcome to give praise with us, but the Lord shut my mouth. Literally, the Lord shut my mouth, and you took it, and the Lord put the Spirit on you to do it anyway, bro. You know what I'm saying? You sat there and prayed and gave praise to the Most High right along with us, man. That shows a lot about your character and that spirit that's within you, man. Yeah, for real.
Right,
Shalom.
Hey, say something. Shalom, bro. Shalom. Yeah.